want to see stories of loss, pain, and broken dreams. Prison Chronicles, revealing the real cost. No glamour, no glory, just the lives lost. Faces fade, stories remain, the pain we can't ignore.
This is the truth behind the world.
Prison Chronicles, revealing the real cost. No glamour, no glory, just the lives lost. Faces fade, stories remain, the pain we can't ignore.
This is the truth behind the door. Real stories, real consequences. This is the truth behind the door.
¿Qué hubo? What's going on? What's everybody doing tonight? Damn, what's up, Farmero? He said, well.
Well, here we are.
How you doing, bud? Johnny Chingas. Say, órale, saludos. Right back at you, brother. El chinga, ¿qué hubo, Farmero? ¿Qué hubo, Grillo y White Fence? Much love and respect. Right back at you, brother.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Johnny Chingas said, ¿qué hubo, Grillo? Oh, I just did that. Burqueño said, Grillo. Jovan, good evening, guys. What's up, bro?
Well, good evening, sir.
Did you ever figure out the 4th of May?
May the force be with you.
Yeah. That.
And then I found out it was another day, too. It was the guy who invented Take 5. Dave, what was his name?
Oh, yeah, when you tried to tell me it was a national holiday.
Yeah, his name was Dave something. One of the musicians at my work always says that. But it was so weird because yesterday I got a text message from a work employee and he said, "May the force be with you." And I was like, see? People just don't get it. Like, I'm in a whole nother world, you guys. You know.
Sure is. Yvonne Madrid, how you doing? She said hello.
Hey, Yvonne.
Palmetto said, órale, Mr. Content Creator with a new intro. You see that, fool? I'm a musician, bro.
Oh, dear God.
I'm a musician.
Oh, it's Happy Dave Brubeck.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of
Day.
that.
Well, look it up.
I don't want to look
Learn
it up.
some culture.
That's not culture.
Learn something.
Steven69, Cubole. He said, buenas noches, how's everyone doing? The Loco Secubo Cricket y la White Fence, saludos.
Oh, hello.
Saludos a ti, brother. Noel B said, hello there. Steven69 said, how are you, Joanna Cricket? I hope your day is well. It's been good, bro. It has been good.
We started shopping at a new store and we actually really like it. Well, this one likes it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have a Winco where you guys are at, but
I didn't know we had him here, but they got him like kind of
on the outskirts.
Yeah, they're not in Phoenix, but they have one in Glendale, one in Avondale, or one in Goodyear. But they're 24 hours and they're fucking feed me. Noel B, what's up? He said, hello there. How you doing, Noel? How are you?
So that was our exciting day.
Yeah, we just walked around Winco.
Well, we did some grocery shopping, but yeah, they got some really good stuff. But
yeah, it's a trip.
That was our day today.
The Loco se coast to coast con el grillo y la White Fence. Hell yeah, right? Coast to coast with George Norrie.
Okay.
That's culture. She doesn't know nothing about that.
No, I don't.
Or Art Bell.
I don't, but see, I wouldn't be opposed to learning new things. Oh, opposed. You see that?
Oh, using big words.
Fancy.
But Farmeros Orejas better have not celebrated Cinco de Mayo. She didn't.
I did. I had some little, what are those little shakers and
the maracas?
Yeah, and a hat. I was like, hey.
Olmedo said, Winkle got the best deals, but don't buy your meat from there, lol. What's wrong with the meat?
Oh, great.
They do got some feed me deals. They even put the other stores on blast.
We did buy some meat. We bought some
Carne asada.
carne asada meat.
What's up, AP?
I mean, I have to cook it, but, you know,
Yeah.
that's what we're going to eat for dinner tomorrow.
AP por hey familia, Giovanna, Grigo. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, hello. Hello.
Whoa. How you been, bro? Let me see if I can really fast before. I
What are
don't
you
know.
doing?
I wanted to put I want them to hear this other one but I don't know where it's at.
It's in your face.
It's in your face. It's all over your face. I don't know what I just did. Do it? No. Okay.
I don't think you know what you're doing. To be
Yeah,
honest.
there it is. Let's see if it'll. Trip out on this. What the hell? Says I have to delete some files before uploading more.
Okay, well, you're not going to do all that right now.
Yeah, I
because
know.
You should have did that before.
I'm not. I mean, you're not gonna tell me what to do like you're my fucking mother, but you
No,
know,
it's
if
just-
I wanted to, I would. I choose
No,
not
because we're
to.
not doing that right now.
No, I'm not doing that right now because I don't
I'm
want
not going to
to.
argue right now. We're live.
Matter of fact, I just did it. So I
Okay,
like them
well,
apples.
Then do it. Put it in your face for all I care.
D Loco says 5 de Yayo. But the bulk section is my favorite. I get some good deals on the seasonings. It's crazy, right? All them candy things and the shit. They got all kinds of stuff.
Oh my God, his eyes lit up with the candy.
Man, they got so much stuff there, bro. Daniel Pina said, buenas noches, guys. How's it going? Caught you guys just before I was going to bed. Are we still doing this May the 4th be with you thing?
Well, yeah, we are because, you know, unfortunately, you guys don't know not a lot of stuff. So I'm here to teach you guys, okay? Normal stuff, not Choco Loco stuff, okay? But there is some normal stuff that you guys should know. Sorry, it's not a bunch of that kind of stuff, okay?
Yeah. So basically nothing.
Wow.
Miguel Sandoval Madrigal, what's up? He said, I really enjoy your videos, bro. As an active end, but serving the Lord, send my blessings. Take care and keep them videos coming. Gracias a ti. Órale, brother, ya sabes. Gracias a ti también. AP says, shut up, Giovanna.
First of all, AP,
There you go, bro.
you know, I wasn't even gonna do this live tonight because you made me upset. But I know how important it is to a lot of you guys. Really?
Yeah. No, you're right. It's very important to them.
I'll leave. Want me to leave?
Can we vote? Should we vote?
No.
Do we vote on it?
No, because I know deep down in their hearts, in here,
What? In their
they don't
quotas?
want me to.
Let's look.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a warning. Every story told came at the cost of blood, time of tears. We don't glorify it, we break it down. Welcome to the shadows, where the truth don't lie, where the streets raise kids and the good ones die, where loyalty's twisted and pain runs deep, and real homies disappear while fake ones eat. Every episode's a scar turn lesson, from caskets to courtrooms, pains to confession. This is for the youth, the ones with no map, to hear the real price before they get trapped. You're tuned in to Chronicles, where the past speaks, so the future don't bleed. Let's talk about it.
It's too loud. I'm gonna try. I mean, it's too long. I'm gonna shut it down there. But just doing little things. Told you guys, I'm a musician, content creator,
Please don't
extraordinaire
ever call yourself that again.
musician. I could learn the guitar too.
Oh my God.
Noel B said, I'm good, just chilling, Kyle Wood, and how are y'all doing? We've been good, bro. We've been good. Just here, you know, living the dream, como dicen. For real, we have, bro. Just, it's just feedback to do what you want to do,
Oh, you have that meeting tomorrow with that principal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bird. AP said, I don't even know why you're on here.
Who said that?
AP.
He don't mean that. He's just lashing out.
But a question for Grillo. Has Jovan always been such a big hater? Yeah, bro.
First of all,
Yeah.
I am not a hater. I congratulate.
AP said, with your ears,
Oh,
hearing everything.
oh, wow.
Jovan over here talking about she loves Chewbacca and saying it's normal stuff.
Well, it's not my fault you guys don't know. Get the knowing.
Jojo, you will he says, saludos, carnal. How you doing, brother? Jojo said, I love Jovan. She's great.
Thank you, Jojo. See, finally. I think everybody really feels that way. They just don't want to say down in there.
AP put, ¿Quién es? That's me, bro.
You wish that was you.
No, you know what it is, bro? It's a trip. So they have an AI that'll make songs for you. So I told ChatGPT to write the lyrics for a song, and I put kind of the description of what our channel does, and ChatGPT wrote the lyrics. Then I threw the lyrics in that other AI, the music one, and it made the fucking song. It's crazy. I did a few of them. I asked it to do an intro for videos. I asked it to do one for podcasts. And it just did different ones. It's crazy. Nowadays, this AI shit makes everything real simplified. It's a trip. Noah B said, may the Choca Loca be with you.
Oh, gosh.
Agent Orange,
May they
what's
not
up?
be.
El famoso Jojo. You talking about the cholas that were raised by cholas?
Oh, my God.
Those chocalocas? Jojo said, psych. Oh, I love Jovan. She's great. Psych.
Better say that.
He said, psych. You weren't like checking that then.
Oh, I think like psychologically. But then
No,
I get the whole like psych. Whatever, Jojo.
Psychologically?
Well, it's just because the way he wrote it. Psych would be S-I-K-E, right?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know how that was.
Ha. I became the teacher. What now, people?
Is that what it is?
What now?
You're the teacher? Chiloca. Let me see.
What are you doing now?
Nothing. Jojo, wait, where are we at? Farmero, Joanna, Cricket changes the radio station. Do your ears pick it up first?
No, sir, they don't. My ears aren't that big. Thank you.
D Loco said, give us a night story, brother. Some of the stuff that don't make the news. Love hearing that real shit. We lived in the Pinta. The youngsters need to hear what really goes on. Yeah, the problem is, bro, the youngsters, when they hear that stuff, bro, I don't think it deters them, brother. I really think that it excites them. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's like hearing, I think it's almost the same as when you're a kid and even in like the real world, you sit around grandpa and listen to the war stories. You know what I mean? I think it's almost that same thing. There's some funny stuff that happened though. Like, I mean, I've told them before here, like, I don't mind telling this, the shit that was just like fucking Laurel and Hardy, me and Sinner out there. Like the goddamn Odd Couple. It was weird. We were just the shit that Sinner was just crazy. But there are some stories that what I would like to do honestly is when I get Sinner on here, talk about some of that and just ask him what he was thinking at the time. Because there's times when he would do stuff and I would just look at him and be like, man, what the hell's wrong with this dude? and I would have to talk him down. Like if we'd be in the car and he would sit in the front seat, I sit in the back seat, and we'd have someone else driving. And for some reason, Sinner liked to intimidate, I guess you would call it, but it wasn't that. He was just being himself. He wasn't a bully, but he would just stare at whoever was driving. And he always carried a cuete, always kept it on his lap. So he'd be sitting there with the cuete in his lap, holding it, staring at whoever's driving. So whoever's driving is like, wig the fuck out, you know? And I remember one time specifically, Travieso from La Victoria, we're driving and he pulls over like to use the bathroom, and he's like, hey man, can you talk to him? Like, he just keeps like looking at me crazy. So when I go tell Sinner, hey bro, what's up? Like, why you keep looking at this dude? He's getting wigged out. He's nervous. Sinner's like, oh, we got to pop him tonight. We got to pop him. And I'm like, what? And he's like, if he's nervous, bro, then he got something to hide. And he's like, I knew it. He was like, I'm just looking at him. And if he got a guilty conscience, then we just got to pop him. And I'm just like, bro, no, we're not going to pop him for that shit, bro. Come on, man. Stop tripping. But it was just shit like that, dude. Sinner was just out of his damn mind. So sometimes I couldn't stop him. It was hectic. That's why in the end I had to tell him, like, bro, I'm not partying with you no more. If we got to go out and do something, then Simon. But just to go to a bar and hang out, I'm not going with you no more. But at the end of the night, we're fucking always
that, and I wouldn't let you. So let's keep it real. You couldn't go. I'd be like, no, you're staying in the night.
I'll tell you this, guys. It was a very different situation back then. I was a very different person. There was none of this. None of this. You're not going places. Jojo AZ said, Ayo, respect to everybody. AP said, a la madre, pinche grillo Terminator. AP. Jojo AZ, Agent said, like Eddie Murphy, psych.
Mhm.
Jojo AZ, that's how you write it. Is it how you write it, bro? Steven 69 said, was Joanne ever a choca loca? And if she were the
never
costume.
in my life.
No, she wasn't. She was always
Shoot myself before that would ever happen.
she was one of those goody good Mexican girls.
Normal.
Like nerd.
Normal.
Like
a normal person.
Tommy Hilfiger type shit.
Like a normal person.
She was telling me today how she was so happy that Christmas she got some corduroy pants.
So they came back
with the corduroy jacket.
They came back in style when I was.
Those were never in style.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. And they were like hip huggers. I guess that's what they called it. And I really wanted them, and I was like trying to go to the mall to get them, and then my parents kept telling me no, and I didn't understand why they were telling me no, because they always gave me money to go get clothes. And it's because when Christmas came, they bought them for me. So I was really excited.
Yeah. Agent Orange said that was an Eddie Murphy delirious stand-up comedy.
No, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, delirious. I liked the other one. What was the other one? Raw. I like Raw.
That's the one. Yeah.
Noel
I don't think I've seen the other one.
Delirious. I've seen them both, but I like Raw better, I think. Well, B said that app is what us blind people used. Which one? Jojo said it's almost like they see it as a challenge. Yeah, that's what I think. Because that's how I felt when I was a kid. I think like the Scared Straight program. I think that's probably why it didn't have a lot of. What would you say? I don't think it had a lot of success. I mean, I'm sure it worked on some people, but I think the ones it worked on were bound to not be that anyway. You know what I'm saying? The kids that were truly on that path, that Scared Straight stuff, I don't think would work, because you would look at that as a challenge. No one's going to sit in my face and yell at me and tell me if I come to the joint, they're going to rape me. And I'm just going to get scared and not go. Now I'm going to go and look for you and let's see what you can do. It's, it's just a different mentality. And that's why I think that's not I don't think it's a very viable option for kids that are truly, truly on that path. You know what I mean? It'll work for the little, the one, the little troubled kids that are in trouble, that are, smoking behind school and stuff. But the kids that are truly dangerous, the ones that are being violent already, doing all that, I don't think that type of stuff. I don't think that would work on them. I think and maybe nothing will. I'm not trying to just shit on that program. I'm just saying I know for sure that isn't something that would have worked with me and a lot of people that I know. But then again, I don't know really what would have, you know what I'm saying, except for having someone there to kind of guide me in my life from early on,
I just think that some kids are taking a chance on certain ones because some are going to listen and might want to change because they just don't want to be bad. They know it's not in them to go to prison or jail, and they know that that's where they're going to be headed if they don't stop. And then some, they're just not, you're not going to be able to reach them. Even a good kid, even me, like you were not going to tell me that I was going to not move out at 18 with this man that just got out of jail, Mexican Mafia member. You weren't going to tell me otherwise. Even a good girl like me, raised by her parents, never in trouble, you weren't going to tell me otherwise. I was in love. I was going to be with him. I was going to have his baby. Nobody was going to tell me anything.
That was the difference in this situation.
No, but it's just young adults, young teens. There's just some, you're not going to change their mind.
Yeah, and I was so enticing, so.
Shut up. I'm just saying they've already got their mind made up. So unfortunately, they have to go through it. They're going to have to go to jail. They're going to have to spend a couple of years or they're going to have to be that single mom while their guy's in jail. It just is. They want to learn the hard way. Yeah. Unfortunately, some of us wanted to learn the hard way.
And that's why I've said that before. Like some kids, you're not going to reach. The best you can hope for is everything that you tell them while you're working with them, that it'll click once they're there. So, they're bound to go to the joint. You're not going to stop it, and it may be the best thing for them. But what I can hope for is at least I've opened their eyes to what all the political stuff inside the joint is, so they can go in there and say, I'm not going to get involved with those dudes because I know they're just going to use me. I know that it's full of shit. I know it's not a cause. I know it's not a familia. I know it's not, they don't care about me. All of those things, that's what I can hope for. And that's why I think that it's important at least to have the conversation. Everybody's, wants to pretend like it should be some big secret organization that people should whisper about. And I think the opposite. I think people should be yelling about its true nature so that everybody can make their decision with their eyes open. If you want to be part of it, knowing all that, and you want to join the cutthroat world and dog eat dog, and you want to be one of them, handle that. You may want that challenge and say, big brother type shit. See who's there at the end. Manny A, what's happening, Cricket? Long time. What's up, brother? It has been. How you been? Hopefully you're doing good, brother. Agent Orange says Sinner might have had a point. Actually, he had a point with that dude, Travieso, Mario Montoya. He actually ended up telling on us on a homicide, actually, that he was privy to. So he did have a point with that dude. Not that night. It was a little bit after, but obviously, yes, he had a point with that guy. But honestly, Sinner, it wasn't that he had a point with that dude. It's that he was bound to have a point with a few guys because he wanted to whack everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, 5 out of the 20 were going to turn out bad. And then you could say, oh, Sinner was right. You know what I mean? But he was just, it was bad. There was times where, I know for a fact there was one Vato that turned out not to be the individual we were looking for. We took him home so that we knew where he would live, so in case we can, because we couldn't figure it out that night. And then Sinner took it upon himself to say that he had verified it and it was him. And he never did. He just, he wanted to whack someone that night. And he did. Heart Life said, hey, Jovan. Heart Life. Tony, what's up, my brother?
Hey.
Palmero Segrio, what are your thoughts on Two Scoops to Active Baby Me on YouTube calling out Dubs and 59 KMJ? I've seen it. My thoughts on it, as far as what, him talking on YouTube or the things he's saying about those individuals. Well, tell me that first. Which one? Which part are you asking me? Palmero said, lies. Jovan was definitely a choca loca. She did hard time 3 whole days, or really 2.5 days, but
Oh, wow.
That is true. She did become a choca loca.
No, I didn't.
She was saving the milk.
Oh, my God.
Or did you? No, what did you say? You were saving the lettuce for the sandwiches the next day? Or would you say the girl told you to save something for the tray so you guys can put it on something else?
The jinx.
You told me something. I can't remember how.
Well, she told me to get double of everything because I was pregnant.
I remember that. Sí, loco, ser el pecador. Yeah, respeto to that crazy vato. Never met him, but I heard a lot of stories. A real banger. Yeah, he was a nutcase for sure. He's doing good now. I talked to him a few weeks ago, and he told me that he's staying off the drogas. He's not doing any kind of drugs anymore. He's trying to stay clean. He's going to the sweat lodge with the flechas so that he can, clean his body out and stuff. He's working out, playing basketball. He grew his hair long, and they told me he's walking around the yard with a big ass straw hat and shit. But he's doing good. He told me that his mom is getting older and it's harder for her to drive out to visit him, so he's trying to stay where he's at. And he's like, I'm staying away from all the bullshit, bro, so I could just stay here and see my jefita and stuff. And so, he's there and he's doing pretty good. I think he said his sister just got out. She did 8 years in prison in Mexico, but he said that now she got out and she's a nurse, and he's like, she just works all the time, just doing her thing. And then his brother Chingon is getting out in a few months, I think. And then most people know his other brother Ray that he died in the shoe. Farmero said, I went to Scare Straight as a kid. 5 years later, I was validated. Hello, that shit does not work. Yeah, I don't believe it will too either, bro. Man, I think if it's gonna work, and they're gonna use the ones that work, they're obviously gonna use those statistics to keep the program going. But I bet you that those are the kids that would have straightened out anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that that's a bad or a good thing. I'm just saying it's hard to define, the program off of some, a few kids. And I just don't see that as a thing that would be helpful. Noel B said, the one that you were using, the AI you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what they use to communicate.
Oh, okay. Francisco Garcia said, thumbs up 209. D Loco said, last time I was in SMU2 was 2017. They sell store now. Yeah, I heard of that. They sell store. They can order packages. They do what they call like where they can order pizza and stuff, and they use it. The money goes to charity and stuff. They do fundraisers. So yeah, that's crazy. Back in my day, I think the only store item you could buy was banana chips.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they wouldn't. It was fucked up. Daniel Pina said, I went to that shock boot camp BS at South Unit back in the day. It did me no good, but made me more angry at the world. Yeah, I wanted to go to the shock program, but they put a stop to it the year I got transferred to adult court, 1995. That was the last year they did the shock incarceration. And I wanted it so bad because you only had to do that. Well, I think it was a 6-month program or some shit. And I ended up getting the 6 years or whatever. Sorry, Cricket, I was being sarcastic, said Agent Orange. Yeah, I know, but he did. I mean, honestly, like I said, he hit it on the nose with that guy, but he was bound to. Sinner was just crazy. I hated hanging out with him, and that's the truth. I mean, I cared for. I liked him, like I liked the dude. I cared for him, but it was really it was almost it was just hectic, man. It's stressful because at the end of the night you're running from a homicide, and it's like, God damn, bro, we can't even go to a damn bar without you, whacking somebody, or
Shouldn't have been at a bar to begin with.
yeah. But he was out of his mind, you know what I mean? But he was cool with me and like most of us. But like I remember one time his crew, he had them like on pins. They called me, and I went over there. The true story. I went over there. It was Bulldog from Mini Park, or Pitbull from Mini Park, bunch of dudes. That was his little crew, and he's there tripping on them. So they call me, ask me to come. I pull up, I get out, I'm like, what's up? And they're like, man, talk to Johnny, he's tripping, So I walk up to Johnny, and he's kind of like, just mumbling shit, talking. So I grab his face. And I might have told you guys this story before, but I grab him, by his cheeks, both sides. I'm like, hey, carnal, kick back. And this motherfucker puts his finger up like this in my face, basically. He goes, no. And he goes, you're my carnal. He goes, you're my carnal. So I can't whack you. He goes, but if you ever put your hands on my face like that again, I'll kill all these motherfuckers. And he points at his crew. And his whole crew just sit there like, they don't know what to do. And I just started laughing like, you're a fucking nut, bro. Let's go. I just took him with me so that them dudes could kind of have some reprieve. But that's not a type of dude you want to hang out with. You know what I mean? Someone you're just worried is always going to take you out for whatever reason. Manny said, hey, Cricket, in this day, 2025 is still the main clique, or is there a new faction? I thought I heard you say a new PC clique was making a run. Well, the new is still going to be it's still the main in the main line, right? The problem is, no, not the problem. I could care less what's happening with them. But the thing is, the main line is only 3 or 4 yards now. You know what I mean? The pesetas have everything, almost all the yardas. So there's a few clicas in the PC yards that are running around. They're not, I mean, on those yards, they're doing their thing. It hasn't reached the streets. They're not running anything. It's not like that. But in there, they got their yards, And the Nuevas, got their yards. And, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, it's just a lot. They don't have it like they did. I mean, they had everything before. The streets, every yarda, everything. And that's just, it's flipped on its head. Farmero said both. Agent Orange says she got 3-day credit. Yeah, she did do that. Oh. Farmero said if you got a mug shot, you're a choca loca by definition. I never seen your mug shot. Oh, or did I? Yes, I did.
You did see it, yeah.
I remember it now.
I looked really sad, you guys. Very sad.
You looked all right, though. I remember.
No, of course I looked all right. I mean, but I looked sad.
Damn, I wish I could get that. I remember that was in the...
No, why don't you get that? Let that be buried in history. Everyone want to see that.
You know which mugshot I like of mine? Where I'm wearing the black and white checkered shirt. Remember?
How do you like a mugshot?
I'm just saying, that was one of the good ones.
Oh, my God.
Agent Orange said, Farmero, if a mugshot exists, you're correct. Yeah. She does have one. Grillo, can you shoot me the name of that app? I'm gonna put something together for the nephew. Yeah, it was I'll tell you right now, bro. And I'll shoot you the name too, but it's called Suno, Suno. Suno AI Music. But there's a few of them, bro, so you gotta find the right one. It's an orange ball with a white letter and it says Suno. It's a trip, man. You just give it that prompt, and you can use like Chat GPT or DeepSeek, and have that give you lyrics to a song, whatever you want to feed it, put it in there, and you can tell it if you want it to be hip hop, rock. You can choose whatever genre you want, and then it'll do the song for you. It's pretty cool, man. It's a
Why
trip.
didn't you choose like a little pop song or R&B?
R&B. Like we're gonna be romantic with
Oh, I like pop.
Thought metal.
I didn't know you could pick.
Agent Orange said, "Let your lady know that the Star Wars themed wedding was actually nice, especially centerpieces. Only thing that failed was music sequence, but I told Bride that it could be edited in. She was very happy."
Oh,
That's
cool.
funny. That's funny. Yeah, imagine having a wedding that's a
I think that's kind of cool.
Star Wars
Like a
theme.
theme.
What would ours be?
A themed wedding.
What theme would we do?
It'd have to be half and half because I don't know what you like. You're a little weird, and you know. So.
Could do Harry Potter. John said all booking stations have Super Megatron, and that computer ain't no joke.
Yeah, you liked Harry Potter. I couldn't get into it, you guys.
I never finished it, but
We could do like a Twilight one.
Krusty, what's up, brother? He said, "Love you guys."
Team
Sorry,
Vampire, Team Wolf.
he said, "Sorry, I'm live." Much. I didn't know you were live, bro.
Oh, hi, Krusty.
We should go check them out. Oh, you know what? I think I can give away some memberships right now. Let me see if I can.
Oh, because it's already
It's May now, so every month it allows me to give 10 away.
It's May.
So since the force can be with you.
Say May.
No.
Say it.
Not gonna say May. Okay.
There you go.
Let me see if I can give some of these away. Let me see, how does this work?
It only lets you give out what, 8 or 10 a month?
10, yeah.
10 a month.
It won't even let me get to the where you can write. It's like under my.
You could still do it. You don't have to do it while you're on live, right?
Yeah, you have to do it while you're live.
Oh.
But it has to be while something's going. But I'll try it. I'll check it right now. D Locals and Cricket. Whatever happened to my boy Big Carlos? You talking about Earthquake? Earthquake was doing good, bro. He got out. He turned Christian and was really doing it. Was really doing well. Living real good. Earthquake was doing life, and he was able to get paroled because he changed his life, bro. He was doing real good. Unfortunately, the torcida he did, so I don't know, 40, 50 years or whatever he did in there, plus being locked down like that, STG'd for all those years. It kind of messed with his head, so he was drinking a lot. And he picked up a DUI, so they violated him. So he went back about a month ago. He went back to the Pinta on that. So hopefully on his violation hearing, they'll let him back out because he was doing real well. He's not doing anything bad. It's a 50, 60-year-old man. He drank a beer. It's not a big deal. He made the wrong decision, got in a car, but nobody got hurt.
It is a big deal if you were to hit somebody and it was your kid that he hit and killed.
I know, but
so it is a big deal.
But he's doing well. Nobody got hurt, and hopefully he learns that lesson and they give him the chance because he deserves it. He really does.
But to dismiss and say it wasn't a big deal, it is a big deal.
No, I mean it could be. Yeah, it could have turned bad, and luckily it didn't. And hopefully that it's a lesson learned and he can move on from it, and it doesn't cost him, years of his life, D Loco said, is Indio on the lista? Yeah, Indio is.
I don't think him, but I feel like most people, I think they did so long in there that either they get out and nothing's going to jeopardize them going back. Or I feel like sometimes people just get used to being in there. And I'm not saying him that he wants to go back because that's all he knows, but I think there are some people that do though.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
it's easier to be in there.
there's an
You
argument.
don't have bills, you don't have responsibilities. Yeah, you have to watch your back, but if you're not part of anything anymore, you really don't have to. And that's just the honest truth. And like I said, I'm a little bit harder when it comes to adults because you're an adult now. Now, if you're 21 or 18 doing that, then I'm going to be a little bit more lenient towards the kids, right? But when it comes to adults, it's kind of, with me, it's kind of like a no nonsense thing.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit more harder on that, and I have a little bit more stronger thoughts on that than Manuel does because, again, we don't share a brain. But really, but
I think it's been proven, or there's at least a thesis out there, a theory that some people sabotage their own freedom because of, they've been in so long. I don't think people will do that intentionally, but I think that there is a school of thought out there that people will sabotage their own freedom because of that. It's easier to just,
because for
do
someone
that.
who's been in there so long and they get out,
It's tough.
it's tough for them. They're
Yeah.
in their 50s. They're already way behind people, are in their 20s are buying houses and things like that before them. They're behind.
Yeah.
So it's like now you got to try to find a career and you got to make money, and it's like you're old, and it's like I get it. So that's why but at the same time, it's like
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's my thoughts on it. That's just
Indio, Indio is, bro. Indio's in there. Indio is in there, and his son Dreamer's in there. His son Dreamer is one of the supposed higher ranking members of one of those PC gangs. It's ridiculous.
Father of the Year award right there, right?
Francisco VP CHRONICLES Chronicles Familia y Big 2-3 content creator y la India Maria.
Oh, Francisco, I got a couple pictures for you. I need to send them. I'll send it after.
Yeah, and I'm a musician now, Francisco.
No, he's not. Don't say
Just so you know.
Oh, good.
Just so you're aware, bro.
How do you get into a PC and then you're a leader of a PC? And then your dad is in there with you? Like, geez.
It's just stupid to me.
That's such a sad life.
I just think that the gang thing is stupid. I mean, I have nothing against somebody protecting yourself. The numbers are against you. You got to go to PC. You got to go to PC. That's just the way the world is. And I know all these tough gangsters don't agree, but whatever. But that's the real world. But to go in there and then join another gang, do the whole thing over again, the thing that didn't work the first time. It's mostly the same individuals from the first time. The mentalities are all the same. The people are all the same. And the outcome's going to be the same. It's like, and then most of them are in their 40s. And like, when did you learn your lesson as a goddamn adult? It's crazy. Like, it's just that right there blows my mind. The going off and doing it all over again. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. Let me see. Oh, Angel Chavez Cuuli say, "What's up, Fancero Cricket? What's up, brother? How you doing?" Angel Chavez is in the house.
Okay.
Fancero and Cricket. Heart Life said, "Earthquake as well, just a setback." Yeah. Agent Orange said, "Really a DUI if it's his first and only he has a good chance of getting out. Hopefully, bro. It's the parole board. That's the problem." And he has life. He was doing a life sentence. He got lucky to even get out. We'll see. But the hope is that they see it too. There's going to be people that speak up for him, because he was doing good out here. He has a lot of backing, and we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
To be so lucky to not spend the rest of your life in there and die in there in a cell all by yourself, to be that lucky to dodge that bullet man, I wouldn't even breathe wrong out here.
Yeah.
But that's just me though.
You see, I
And
don't drive without making motherfuckers put on their seatbelt.
I mean, we get in the car and like, no, you get put your seatbelt on. Like it's like you just will have to walk the straight line. Like you already live that life. Like, and again, this is my opinion. This is how I feel, and I'm kind of like a no nonsense type of person on that because it's an adult. Again, you would have a lot of passes with me if you were younger and you were a kid, but again, that's just me. I'm a little bit more stricter on my thoughts. So,
D Local said Big Carlos was a big dude, body like Arnold. Hated doing rutina with him. El compa used to do 3,000 push-ups without getting off the floor.
geez.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Manny A said, is Boss Hog still alive? David Fierros. Boss Hog isn't David Fierros, bro. But David Fierros is still alive. Boss Hog is Manny Carrillo. Manuel Carrillo. Boss Hog is back inside. I think he's doing a 5-year bid. And David Fierros is out here. He's actually got a degree from ASU in counseling kids, kind of like a gang counselor, and doing well from what I've heard. Heart Life said, it is a very big deal, Jovan, but I know how it is to slip up. No one got hurt. He was on his way to getting another level of support. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he did it.
Yeah, hopefully he just
and
he just
I get
learns
it,
the
Tony,
lesson.
because he was, he's close to you and you're going to support him. I get it, but you know how I am though too, like that no nonsense type, and I'm just a little stricter in my thoughts. And I mean, you're talking about you dodged doing life, you dodged dying with these people and being put in a pine box. You dodged all that, so you're going to get out, and I don't know. I just something's got to click. You know what I mean? It's got to click. Like when you have a kid, like I gotta live for this kid now. It just has to click. And I get it. If it's too hard for some people, then that's probably where they want to belong, because it is hard out here at that age to deal with society. But maybe not in his case. I don't know. That's just my thoughts again.
D Local said, damn, I did tank with a pinche dreamer and low cycle this last time. Yeah. Well, they're there. That FOE shit.
Who's Dreamer?
It's Indio's son.
Oh,
Francisco VP said, hell yeah. Tony G said, Creeks, have you met Renee Boxer? No, brother. No, I haven't. We communicated while he was still in there a little bit. But since he's been out, and no. Farmero said, joining a PC gang is crazy. It's the definition of insanity, making the same choices and expecting different results. Exactly. Absolutely. That's what it's
that's
just
like going back to your crazy ex.
It's just what it is it's immaturity again to the fullest, and it's like I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, what do you get out of that now? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then how do you? I mean, what are the reglas? You know that this, and again, I'm not saying that it's a good thing or bad thing, but you know these individuals aren't loyal. You know what I mean? And I speak for myself too. I wasn't loyal to my first one. You're gonna recruit me into another one? I'll walk away from your bitch ass too.
I'll be like, this guy is a piece of poop. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like you're I don't know. Whatever. It's just I think it's just childish, really. Agent Orange said, you come a long way, Cricky. You went from driving around with gun on people's lap to seatbelts is a must. Yeah. Well, I tell her, like I tell Maruka, I'm not gonna drive, get in a car accident, someone dies in the car, and I'm the one that goes to go to prison because your bitch ass didn't want to put on a seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it. I mean, if I'm gonna be driving, you're gonna put the fucking, I decide if I want to put on a seatbelt or not, but you're not gonna decide that as long as I'm driving. You know what I mean? You're gonna wear a seatbelt because I'm not going to prison because your ass didn't want to put it on. Then an accident happens and you die, and I get the manslaughter charge. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it.
There's just too much to lose out here.
Yeah, not for shit like that.
And it's not that hard to follow rules out here. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just little things like that are real easy to make sure that you don't get caught up. You know what I mean? Like An accident can happen anytime, and I don't want someone's life in my hand. I don't want someone's death in my hands. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen. Noah B said, bro, I play drums if you need a drummer. Orale.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you really, bro? I didn't know that. Angel Travis, I'm retired now. Hate waiting for my search to get another job. Too much free time. Miss you guys. Feed me your back. Yeah, we're gonna keep on coming back. I know you're retired. You got some boring days, huh? That's what's going on. You gotta just get a routine, bro. Figure like I don't know. Do I don't know, some kind of little routine to kind of fill up your days. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad we're back too. It's been a long little road, but we're really trying to get this going. I really want to get the nonprofit up and running and shit. So I've really been pushing it. George Segrio, do you think Jovan could have graduated kindergarten on her own?
Oh my God. Really?
On her own? I don't know.
Oh,
Bro.
please. They wouldn't have let me pass kindergarten if I wasn't okay. I was in Catholic school at that time.
Well, in so hey, Cricket, have you seen the interview with Big Chipas? Yeah, I did. I saw it, bro. On what was it called?
I thought it was funny.
What was it
Because
called?
just not too long ago, he was talking stuff that why are you on YouTube? Why are you changing your life? And then a little stab, and now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Ah,
Chipas, I'll tell you that
Hilarious.
I know Chipas. I know him well.
I don't like you.
I wish him well. You know,
care.
I wish him well. I don't hope bad for nobody. He came at me kind of gacho, because of this, what I do. And so obviously there's some animosity there with, Maruka feeling because of the way he came at me. Because he came at me real dirty.
A joke.
He came at me real dirty. And again, it comes down to the same shit, bro. People shouldn't do or say anything because you never know.
You never know what's gonna happen.
And then dudes, that's like I said it before. The outcome is always the same. Big Chipas did a lot of jale. He gave a lot of his life for that jale. For in the end, they did just to shake his ass up and throw him away like anybody else. It didn't do any good. And he's in the same boat as everybody else. And that's that world. What I hope is, if he's about it, if he's done with it, I hope that he finds his path and he can do something with it. Laquifa Alopecia, what's up? Where's all the hoochie coochie mamas at? Holla if you hear me.
Oh my God, hoochie coochie.
I don't think there's any here, bro.
It's not Friday night yet.
On Cinco de Mayo, though, they're all at Macayos.
Oh, yeah.
There just ain't no Mexicans.
You go to a swap meet in LA.
Oh, they're dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Jojo Az said Chipas. What's Chipas' brother's name that looks just like him? He has a brother that is that's a border brother, but he don't really look like him. Are you talking about little Chipas? Noel had a brother that looked like it. He got killed though. He got killed. His sister got killed by the cops. His brother got killed, I think, in a car accident. But little Chipas, remember Noel?
Yeah.
No, you like Noel, right? He was cool with you.
He was all right. No, he was.
I remember
He
when
died?
No, his brother died.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh my God.
No, his brother died and his sister died. His sister got killed by the cops. And then his brother I think his brother died but little Chipas, his brother looked like him. His brother had got made too. But I don't remember. I know Big Chipas had a carnal that was a border brother. And he didn't look like him, really. I mean, he had the red hair and stuff too, like him, but he didn't, I mean, like body-wise and all that, he didn't really look like him too much. I don't remember his name, though. His brother's name. Chipas, my bad, Wally. Farmero said, what are your thoughts on all the price increase and projected price increases due to the Cheeto man that Jovan wishes was her tío?
He is my friend. We are friends, and I don't see no difference.
Who's the Cheeto man?
Trump.
Oh, Trump. Why is he a Cheeto? He's a Cheetolín?
No, because he
Oh, because he's
he's
orange? He is orange.
Well, a lot of this was a problem back in the other administration. It takes a minute to kind of get back to where we need to. So, but actually, we've been finding a lot of really good deals lately. Just saying.
And Winko. Angel Chavez says, was locked up with boxer in juvenile hall central. Not a good life. No good outcome. Yeah, it never is, bro. That whole lifestyle. So I'm going to say, what can I drop that interview? Or can you watch it? The one with Chipas? Damn, what was that thing called?
I don't know.
It was called damn. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you right now. I sent it to Aruka. So it has to be.
Yeah, nobody's sending me stuff like that. I did not care for that.
It has to be here somewhere. Let me see. Videos, links, and more. So it has to be here. Oh, it's not there. How do you know?
They should have a channel called That I Was Never Gonna, but I did anyway.
Okay, it's called Truth Be Found Podcast, bro. So if you go, it's weird because it's not really a YouTube channel. It's Instagram, but you can find it on YouTube too, like a little podcast. But it's called Truth Be Found, all together. Truth Be Found Podcast. And I think there's like 2 episodes of it. Jojo said, I heard he fucked
Do you
up
still
bad.
have that letter that he sent you?
No, it wasn't a letter. It was a comment. He had someone put a comment on here.
You should send that comment back to him.
I deleted it, but he had someone put a comment on here talking real dirty to me. I heard he fucked up bad, but you never know. I don't know. I don't know what their reasoning behind that is. From what I heard, it was because of all the attention from the indictment with the lawyer wife and all of that stuff, and then when they got that Vato Chico, and they had that what's it called? The music label and all that shit that they had, with all that stuff going on. I heard it had something to do with getting all that shit shut down because of all the publicity that happened and all that. Farmero said, watch that interview not drop. Yeah, watch that interview. Yeah. It's there. Truth Be Found podcast. Francisco, my sobrina flipped last night with 2 babies and her 2 little brothers and sister last night. I drove towards Payson to get her and the kids back home. Damn.
Oh my God, are they okay?
Like, they wrecked, you talking about, bro?
They flipped a car. Their car flipped.
Damn. Are they okay, brother? Hopefully.
Francisco.
Kids back. Steven 69 said, buenas noches, like the show, brother, but I'll listen to you in the morning. Órale, brother, buenas noches. Appreciate you, homeboy, ya sabes. Jojo said, oh, yeah, man, everybody ended up bad. That's that world, bro. That's why I've been saying that for years, bro, even before, a lot of these guys. That's just the outcome of it because they can't stop backstabbing each other. It's all about politicking and trying to be the one that gets the feria, the dope, the power. Like they sit there and they plot on each other behind each other's back. And I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. Natas was Big Cheap's brother. Was it not? I don't remember. That could be it. I never really paid attention. I just remember he was a border brother. We used to trip out that his carnal was a BB, and that was around the time when we were having pleito with them. So it was a trip. Joe Tracy said, "Did you know 40? I know 40 real well. 40's a real. Me and 40 were real close."
Is he still out here?
I believe so.
Was out here with those baby mama drama.
Yeah, when I came to see him. Yeah. So 40 got out. He ended up meeting a real young girl, white girl, and he had a baby with her. And and it was a lot of drama because she was so young, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was doing Jose Barriga. That's 40 ounce. His real nickname was Güero. He was Güero when we were young, but they named him. They changed it to 4. He was from 40 ounce posse. That was his barrio. And they changed his name to 40 ounce because there was too many Güeros. There was big Chipas, little Chipa, all the Güeros already, and they all got made around the same time. So they changed Güero's name to 40 ounce. Jose Barriga. He's a real good dude. I got his phone number. I haven't talked to him for a while, but when I used to live out of town, I used to come back in town and I'd go see him all the time and we'd hang out. And he had a little baby. It's crazy because fools, he's probably like 3-4 years older than me. So at the time he's like 42. His Ruka's like 20. And the baby was like 3 months old. And then he has kids, little Güero, and he had 3 kids with Margarita. That was his ex-wife. And he had those kids were older than his Ruka. His kids. Fucking 40. He's a good dude. His brother, he went to the Pinta for blasting a dude that put his brother in a wheelchair. Noel B said, yeah, I played 4 different bands in Texas, but I was looking for a drum set. Damn.
Oh,
That's crazy.
nice.
Is that the link, Jojo? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can click on it. Well, I guess you can copy it. If you copy and paste that, probably.
Yeah, it's the link. Get out of there.
Oh, let you do it? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's the link right there, Farmero. Like said, anyone know or heard of Steve Cameron? Did a grip of time and got out 2 years ago. I don't know that name.
You've come on. I was thinking of Camacho.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know that. I don't think I've heard that name, brother. Farmero said the tariffs weren't a problem in the last administration, Jovan. Let's be honest now. Hello, Trump claimed gas was $1.98. LOL, where I live in one of the most affordable states and it's $2.49.
A lot of things were a problem back then.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not sure if I what was I gonna say? I'm with Trump. He seems to stretch the truth a lot, but I'm not against the dude. I'm just saying that he's kind of weird like that.
He means well when he wants to. It's just a lot of stuff they won't allow him to.
Yeah.
And it's just different when he says it, but when other people said that they wanted the same thing, it's a little different.
Yeah, he's I don't know. He does stretch that truth though.
Don't talk about it.
He does.
So,
babe.
okay, just stop.
Francisco goes, yes, flipped and yes, they are all good. Damn, that's crazy, bro. What's 40 brothers named the Güero? He had a few brothers. The one that died from the wheelchair, I never knew his name. What was crazy is his brother the one in the wheelchair came and talked to us when we were in Durango Juvenile one time. And then years later, I met Güero, 40 ounce. And his brother, and then me and 40 ounce were cellies when his brother died. He ended up getting an infection and he ended up dying. But I don't know I don't know any other of his brother's names. I know he's related to a bunch of fools from Southside 35th and then Hirafa and all them fools. Oh yeah, that's right, Dan. That's way back, said Jojo. Tony G said the corn gods are asking about you, Craigs. They say pass the butter.
Yeah.
They should, bro. I gave up a big piece of my arm for them fuckers.
So weird. Like, you were on some weirdo stuff, for real.
Why?
Because you're a weirdo. Like, that's
Where's the corn? Oh, the
it's
corn.
right there. It's weird.
Georgia said, Garavila 2014 that he was no good. Do you know what happened with him? Who? 40? You talking about 40 ounce? Yeah, he got out and was doing his thing. When he got violated and went back, I think he told me it was Who did he tell me? I can't remember. I think Jaime Mendoza tried it. They were in the shower. You know, in SMU2, you got four cells. No, in Dulles you have five cells upstairs, 5 cells downstairs. In CBA you have 4 upstairs, but it's the same setup. So you have 5 and 5, and then you have the shower at the end. So they were in the showers, one upstairs, one downstairs. And I guess Jaime Mendoza tried to, or whoever it was, I think it was Jaime is what he told me, tried to like question him about what he was doing when he was on the street or something. And Cuarenta kind of felt disrespected. And so they sat there and cussed each other out and da-da-da. And some people went on Jaime's side. Some people went on Cuarenta's side. And, you know, the whole politicking thing. And in the end, he just said, fuck it, I'm hanging up the boots. I'm done. And so when he got out, he just went to go do his own thing. He was good. He reached out to me on Facebook, I think in like 2017 or 16. And when I came out that year for Christmas, I went and hung out with him. We just hung out in his apartment. I think we drove around, went and got something to eat, just bullshitted. Because me and him were real close. Actually, me, him, and Chino Kanui were real close when we were younger. I think I've told the story here before. Jesse Kanui, the one who, you know, that whacked that cop and was with me when we got Garfield. Me, him, and Cuarenta, we were in Meadows unit in like 98 or 99, and we were running that yard. We're doing all kinds of holla there. So we got big-headed. We were just Skina. And there was a bunch of other vatos there too. Willow from Dogtown, bunch of vatos. And we ended up, we stabbed Carlitos from Hollywood. We did all kinds of holla there. So we got big-headed. We thought we were all that. And we started talking about starting our own clica. And when vatos got there that were M, hitting them, not letting them hit the yard. We were kids, we were stupid. I turned 21 on that yard. Cuarenta drew me a card, all of them signed it. And we were all calling each other carnal and stuff. They're like, we were going to start our own holla and try to go to war with, with the M. And then reality set in. We got sent to other yards because they turned that yard into a sex offender yard. So Cuarenta and Chino went to East Unit. I went to Santa Rita. Everybody got shot out, and so that died because we weren't together no more, and we couldn't make a stand anywhere else. And then we all ended up getting made. Fucking stupid.
It's so crazy because I have a 21-year-old son, and I could never imagine his life like that.
Yeah. Albert Lotus. Yeah, I know. I look at him and I couldn't. Me neither. He's a kid. Albert Lotus. Did you know Francisco Pancho Valdez from Tolleson? Yes, I did. I know who you're talking about. Yep. Isn't he dead? I'm pretty sure. I think he is.
Just ask if someone's dead.
Well, if he's dead, what am I supposed to ask? Is he alive?
Oh, yeah, see it that way.
Is he in school?
What's he doing? What's he up to?
But I think he's dead. I know what he's up to.
It's just a little insensitive.
Farmero said, yeah, Grillo, don't say anything against him. They're locking up people for disagreeing with him now. LOL. Yeah. Welcome to fascism.
Yeah, they should lock people up for injecting a lot of people with all these vaccines and poisoning our foods and things like that. They should lock them people up for locking us down in 2020 and making us wear these ridiculous masks. But
we should do a political show.
Here we are.
We should do a political show. Weasel, what's up? He said, what's up, Cricket? And how's your family doing, brother? They're good, bro. How you doing? How's yours? We're doing good, brother.
We have our days. There's days I want to strangle him, and then there's days I want to hug him.
Yeah. We got some domestic violence going on. Well, B said, I know some border brothers. Yeah, Jojo said, yeah, 40. Agent Orange said, another good point for Mel. They are sure locking up people going against the grain.
I just want you to know, though, babe, I don't want you to be scared of me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Seriously.
Okay.
We're equal.
Jojo said no, we're not equal.
Yes, we are equal.
We're not equal.
Yes, we are.
No.
How? Are we not?
I'm a little bit more equal.
You're serious right now?
Yes.
Really?
I am the man.
Okay. I'm leaving. Go pack up my stuff right now.
Jojo said one of his brothers was there with me when I got the wheel out. He was scared, but we just let him be. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his other. I didn't know any of his brothers. Cuarentas. The only one I knew was the one that got put in the wheelchair because that's what Cuarenta got his 22 years for. It was a negro. A negro shot paralyzed his brother, and then Cuarenta went back and blasted that negro. I think it was a dude from the city, West Side City. D Loco said, what happened to Scotty from Mini Park? Did time with him and Gray back in the 90s. Cuervo was there too. Scotty died, bro. Chamuco. He ended up dying on a motorcycle accident. He walked away in 2003. He was my neighbor in CCA. Me, him, Dirty Dan, Miko from 9th Street. We were all right there. All of us were done. We had around the same time we walked away. And Scotty showed up there. Scott Bojorquez. He showed up there. He walked away too. He ended up getting out and moving to Oklahoma, and with his mom and his brother Nene. And he was working. He was doing good, but he got a motorcycle, and he ended up getting a motorcycle accident and dying.
Is that crazy?
Yeah. Scott liked Scotty. He was a good dude, man. He was my neighbor for about a year, right? Around there. Yeah. And then
he left behind some kids.
Well, he had little Scotty. Yeah. That's all he had. Little Scotty.
I thought he had another kid.
No, he just had his son. Just little Scotty. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless he had another one after he got out or around that time.
I thought he had a daughter or something.
Yeah, it wasn't, not from before. I mean, if he had one after 2000, maybe, but his son, when his son was like 16 or something at the time, something like that. And then little Scotty. Did time with him and Gray. Gray's in witness protection, and Cuervo's in the feds. Jojo said, what was Wheelo's name? Wheelo from Dogtown. His real name was he stuttered. I can't remember what his real name was now. Fuck, why don't I remember it? We were close too. He's dead though. He died too. He stuttered though.
Oh my god. What?
I was just showing what he did. He stuttered.
What is wrong with you?
But he did. It was Wheelo.
Okay, but don't.
He'd be like, the doctor.
Seriously.
He did. I love the shit out. He was a good dude. Manuel, what's up, brother? Saludos, my boy. How you doing? Wheeler was a real good. I liked him, man. What was his name? God dang, he was from Dogtown, though. I know that. From Peoria. Joe Jay-Z said, Weasel Cuba, how you know Psycho? Farmero said, it's okay. I don't expect Jovan to be upset that he's systematically destroying the Constitution and our Bill of Rights. Most illegals don't care about that stuff.
This is coming from an illegal. You gotta go back, Farmero. You cannot be here, sir. You gotta take your turn. You gotta wait in line. You just can't be coming over here the way you do, okay? And then bringing your whole family. Like, enough is enough, okay? We're tired of it.
No. Josiah said, come down, Farmero. 831, you sound like a Monterey Coast liberal. Farmero said, Giovanna's falling back into her gangbanger ways. She's banging her set on all Dems. Farmero said, Josiah, I'm literally a conservative. Patrick Rodriguez said, it's 40 from Guadalupe. No, he was from 40 Ounce Posse. Yeah, he was from 40 Ounce Posse, East Side.
That name wasn't hard to come up with.
Well, they called him Cuarenta because he was from there. His real nickname was Güero.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to come up with that nickname.
Yeah, they did that because, like I said, Güero, Big Chipas was Güero from Dogtown. Little Chipas was Güero from Dogtown. Actually, Big Chipas was Meatball from Dogtown, and they started calling him Güero. Little Chipas was Little Güero from Dogtown, and his older brother was Big Güero from Dogtown. And then you had Cuarenta was Güero from 40 ounce. So they named them Big Chipas, Little Chipas, and 40 ounce so that they can get it all straight, because they all got made around the same time. Around that time, all the little mans got made too. Little Man Metzger, Little Man from the Coalfields, and Little Man from Dupavilla. So they changed Little Man from Dupavilla to Simple. Little Man Metzger, they kept as Little Man. The one from the Coalfields, they just called him Little Man Peralta. Who else was there? I think that was it on the Little Mans. D Loco said, Simon, I went to Meadows lockdown in 97 right before I hit the walls. I did time with a lot of good gente. Too bad Shamuko passed. Damn. Yeah, he died. Yeah, I was in Reining in 97, but I went down to Meadows in, I think 98 or 99. And then they turned it into that sex offender shit, and they moved us all to different yardas, and that's when I ended up going to Santa Rita. Weasel said, "Hey Jojo, I met Psycho in elementary school. That's how I know him, and he was saying that we were cousins." Was he the Wheeler that got blasted? Must have, because I know Wheeler from Downtown's dead. Okay, Weasel man, he's a character, but I heard he got locked back up for some bad case. Tony just said, where's Dogtown? In Peoria, 83rd Avenue. It's in Peoria. They claim 83rd Avenue. Cricks, are you Republican or Democrat? I'm really neither, bro. I'm kind of in the middle. I think I lean more, probably lean more. I don't lean either way.
I lean more right.
I think I'm down the middle, bro. I have conservative beliefs and I have liberal beliefs. I honestly don't believe that people can be totally one thing. I think the people that are is almost like the gangbanging mentality. They're more about the party than they are about the about the country. Because it's hard for me to believe that logically you can believe every single thing that the party says one way or another. You know what I'm saying? But I have both. I have both.
I lean a little bit more right, obviously. But I don't.
You got money. Keep on.
Like I told somebody at work, I don't care if you like want to marry your fence or marry your car, because there's people that are doing that because they're so in love with a material thing. I don't care what people do with their lives, but just don't make me live into your delusion. Like if you say I'm in love with my car and I'm going to marry my car because that's okay, then good for you. I don't care. But the minute you make me start using making me want to use pronouns or they, them, and this and that, and I'm just like, no. I'm like, no, I'm not going to have it. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here. Yeah, no. That's where I have like problems with things. Like I said, I don't care who you marry. I don't care what you marry. If it's a thing, if it's a person, if it's a whatever, same. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody should marry who they want. But again, just don't put on that crazy stuff onto me. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. Leave me out of it. Like, don't make me play into your delusion. And then that's where it becomes a problem, that I'm not being sensitive. No, I'm accepting of who you are, but I don't want to play into your delusion. Also,
yeah, I'm there too. I don't care if you're gay or straight or none of that shit. where my problem comes in is where you think you can dictate what I say and do.
Yeah, like if I accidentally call, a woman that's dressed like a man, if I accidentally say, "Oh, she was," oh no, she's not a she, it's a he. I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna call you whatever you want me to call you. If you want me to call you Poopy Head, I will. Whatever name you choose to change and all this, but you can't make me think how you think and make me delusional like you. Like I know you were born a woman. I'm gonna call you a she, but if you want me to call you Ramon, I will call you Ramon. I don't care.
Ramon?
Yeah, if it's a girl. If
Ramola?
whatever. If you tell me that you just got married to your chair or your couch, oh, good for you. When was the wedding?
Yeah. The thing is
the minute you start making me really like, well, you're not sensitive to my feelings and you're not using pronouns and
yeah.
Okay,
the thing is that's just
that.
not my world. So I'm gonna make that mistake and call you what you are. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or not. If I mean, and it can. I remember in the joint, the Chirolinas, we'd call them she sometimes. You call them he sometimes. It is what it is. But if they start feeling disrespected and you have to, no, fuck you. I don't got to do a motherfucking thing. You are what you are. You don't like it. I mean, too bad. You know what I mean? That's not my problem. I don't. I'll do what I can because out of respect for your feelings. But don't get mad and act like I'm some bad guy if I slip up because that's not natural. But that's what it is. Una de aquellotas. How do you get the wiretaps? It's all public. They're on cases, bro. That the specific ones that you're seeing there are from People versus Jaime Mora. You can kind of get them. I got them originally. I had got them because me and another individual working together, and we were going to do some stuff. And then he was kind of a business partner, and he did me real dirty. And but then I started going out on my own and trying to get stuff too. And so I just get them and whatever I can find and try to, just through people, usually talking to people, different individuals, different connections. We just said, what's up to everyone? Much love and respect.
Mm-hmm.
Tony G said, I think if the Dems ever get back in office, they will do what Biden poop pants tried so hard to do, the complete destruction of America that bows us down to China and globalists.
Absolutely.
I know in the meantime, I want a lot of them Chinese products.
Oh, God.
They got real Jordans. I want them.
Oh,
$5 a piece.
You're so stupid.
Jojo said, yeah, I met that Willow back in the day at a couple parties. Did he get made? No, he wasn't trying. He never was even trying to get made. He was just with us, just a real good dude. And like I said, we were there. It was a bunch of us that thought that we were coming up with that crazy. I would have been dead way back then if we would have really tried to do that. But we were kids. We were just a bunch of kids.
If you dodged that bullet, then you would have never met me. You say that now and you act like that, but really, I saved your life. You're welcome. You're welcome.
We almost had it. 5 minutes. A question for Jovan. What are your pronouns?
I hate you. She.
It.
Normal.
Oh. What else?
Wow.
Jojo said, Jovan, call me Poopy Head Ramon. Got you. Tony G said, Mamona.
I have this kid at school, and it's the girl. She wants to be a boy. And man, those hormones, imagine giving your 16-year-old kid hormones. So she's going through puberty, she still has her period. She's got to go through all that. And in I swear 4 or 5 months, now she has a mustache, kind of almost a beard. So the amount of hormones that this kid is taking is insane. And the fact that she gets to make these decisions at 16 is crazy, right? The mom just goes along with it. Kind of looks like the mom is scared of the kid because we'll just bow down to whatever. And she came to me, and she's changed her name like 3 times. She doesn't know what she wants her name to be. It's obviously boy names, right? And then she came to me like the 3rd time and said, I don't want to have a name. It's just, I want to be blank. So, on my profile, like for my school, for my stuff, can you just leave it blank? And I'm like, what about your last name? We could just use your last. No, I don't want to have no name. And I'm just like, am I getting punked right now? Like, is this really happening? And luckily the kid and the mom started arguing. So they're like, we'll revisit this next week. And I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, you have to put a name. Even if you go get a state ID, you have to have a name. You can't just leave it blank.
The computer won't let her.
It won't let me leave it blank. And I even said, okay, well, how about if I just put like a letter and then maybe like an exclamation mark or something. Like, I don't know, something. We got to put something. And she was not having it. She was not okay. And I'm just like, I'm trying to be sensitive because she's 16 and she's really, going through something. Like I said, her hormones, the amount of injections that she's taking. So I'm like, this is a kid. I'm going to try my hardest. But it was like, I'm glad they broke out in that fight because I didn't know what to do. I was just like staring like with my jaw dropped because I'm like, this is really happening. But I just feel bad for her. Really do.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the problem with where everything's at right now. It's that people are catering to the bullshit. I mean, when someone says, I just want my name to be blank, and then they actually say that, to deny that or to argue with that is violence towards them. I mean, it's just stupidity now. You know what I mean? They're just, and they'll say it and they'll mean it. I mean, you're not being respectful to her pronouns, and that's violence. And listen, I know violence. That's not it. So shut the fuck up.
And like I said, I held back so much because this is a 16-year-old girl, and I know what she's going through. But I mean, had it been like a 25-year-old or something, I'd be like, okay, we're not playing this game. I'm not. No, don't do that because you're messing me up the thought. Oh, no, go ahead. Now you messed me up.
Put Joanne strikes me as the type that carried around her litter box.
No, absolutely not. You got me messed up.
Oh, shit.
And like I said, but if people want to do that, that's fine. I don't care. I don't have to live with them. But then at the same time, like we had my boss, we had a manager who was only there for 9 months and he left, and this guy was crazy, you guys. I get it. He was beaten as a child. His dad was abusive. He was autistic. He was in the military. He went through some crazy things. But then why do 40 years later I have to pay for it? Like, go get some help. You're a grown adult. He went on like this power trip, trying to fire people. I mean, he was a nutcase. And it's just like, I don't care what people do in their homes and what they do with their lives, but when it starts affecting my life or my livelihood, then I have a problem with it. And I will say something. But yeah, I'm glad he's out of there. He was freaking crazy, you guys. I mean, I know he's going through like a midlife crisis. He had green highlights at the age of like 43 years old. Like, and he was just crazy.
It was weird.
He was weird, right?
Yeah, big time. Big time. That's crazy. Let me see where we at with this. Jawan's pronouns are ma'am. As for bowing to China, political parties don't mean anything. Just look into Flight MH370. That's the espionage act of the century. Yeah, political parties, bro. You're absolutely right. They don't mean anything. I think that more than anything is just that, they posture, they do all that, but in the end, they don't run shit. They don't allow each other to run shit, and I don't even know if it's really built for that. You know what I mean? That all the decisions are being made behind the scenes. I mean, when Nancy Pelosi, and I'm only mentioning her because she's the one that is the most known for this, but all of them do it. Republicans too. When they're allowed to, it's legal for them to do the insider trading shit. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, how do you become a senator that pays you, I don't know, a couple $100,000 a year, I think, if that, and 20 years of being a senator, now you're a fucking multi-millionaire. Like, that's crazy. Like that.
How are you worth over like $60 million and you started off?
And your salaries.
Like that AOC.
Yeah, all of them.
She was a bartender. Now she's worth millions and millions. How?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
All of it is just, again, the whole system is corrupt. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know, but that it is what it is. So that's what we got to live with. Tony G said, America is becoming a country of weenies. If things don't change in this 4 years, we over. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about if it's in these 4 years, but it's definitely becoming weenie. What's the other side of that, bro, is you guys know I really like watching, and I put them on here sometimes, those audits, bro. It's crazy to me that, first of all, a lot of cops don't actually know the laws that they're supposed to be enforcing. And secondly, that people are so quick to give up their rights. You know what I mean? Like, people will say, why didn't you just give them your ID? Well, you have a Fourth Amendment right not to. I mean, whether you like it, you do. So why not? If you have a right, why not stand on that? And I get it, you're just trying to cause problems, whatever you want to say, but it's a slippery slope. But the thing is that the cops, they almost don't even know that that's not supposed to. They'll arrest you sometimes for not showing them the ID when legally you don't have to. It's just crazy on both sides, and that's just on the small scale. The us versus them mentality is what really gets me. That it just seems crazy. I mean, it's become like there's so much animosity between cops and citizens, you know what I mean? And the cop, you'll hear it, they pull over a cop and the cop be like, we're on the same team, bro. Like, what team? I mean, so what? So where are we at on this team? We're not on it. It just, I don't know. It's that gang mentality on both sides. It's
not
just
for me,
wrong.
because I would just be like, here's my ID, and there he is.
Yeah, she's soft
there
as
he
shit.
is, right there. Take him back.
Take me back where?
Oh, to your pueblito.
Fuck you. I'm just gonna say, hey, Chipas got out. Yeah, he did an interview, bro. He's been out about a couple months now, but he did an interview on that. I can't remember what it's called now. Fuck. The link is up a little bit for truth. Yeah, anyway, he did an interview. I think if you put Angel Garcia interview, you might find it like that or something. But yeah, he got out. He did an interview. Agent Orange said, let's not get started with insider trading. All right. Political parties are destroying our country, both.
Yeah.
They've been for years. Yeah, absolutely. They go against the Constitution to benefit their party. It's disgusting, for sure. I've said that that's what I've seen from day one. They're not about country. They're about party. That's crazy. Agent Orange said, Tony G, but we still have the upper hand of being mixed nationalities as one army. Yeah, well, hopefully that we're not, in the end, the populace isn't so soft that we just bow down to anything that comes our way. Look how easily people allowed the government to tell them they had to stay in their houses for fucking 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And let me inject this in you and cause you all kinds of health problems, and that's insane.
Yeah.
I went down this rabbit hole thing with like vaccines and all that crazy stuff. And, we always say, oh, we don't know why kids are autistic now, why they have these allergies or why this or why that. It's not by accident. It's all on purpose.
Yeah.
It was like 1 out of 10,000 kids in 1983. Now it's 1 out of like 36 kids.
I never even heard of autism when I was a kid.
Because they're, all the vaccines and everything that they do and the food and all that. So it's...
Tony G said Nancy Pelosi is a wonderful role model to America's youth. Scam, steal, greed.
I just think, like that. Kennedy's, what's his name?
Oh, the one that's doing the food stuff right now.
Yeah, him and Elon. Like they have money. They don't need to go in there for money.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to save us money and all this, and people are mad about it. It's like, why are you mad that somebody's like calling these people out? It's insane.
Yeah. I said, look into the immigration raid here in Oklahoma City. It's crazy. They hit an innocent family. Yeah, I've seen lots of those. Matter of fact, right now, the Supreme Court just took on a case out of Chicago, Illinois, that if it sets precedents, people will be able to sue for if they get raided falsely or, accidentally.
You should.
But the Supreme Court took the case and they're going to actually look at it. There was a family that the cops raided their house, had guns pointed at their kids, their son, little kid, 8, 11-year-old or something. And they were in the wrong house. The house that they were supposed to raid was like 4 houses down. No apologies, no nothing. Knocked down the house, knocked down the door, went in there, destroyed everything, cuffed everybody, cussed at them, pointed guns, get the fuck, get the this, get the that, all that shit. And then, we're in the wrong place. Immediately jumped in the Ranflas, drove up the street and raided the right house instead. Like, no,
you don't get to do that.
Yeah, no feelings about it, no apologies. Just, it is what it is. This is what we do. Sorry, gotta go. It's just that right there, I think is just wrong. Mistakes happen, but you sit there.
No remorse.
Yeah, you sit there and I'm so sorry. We apologize. We made a mistake. We're gonna look into this. We're gonna figure it out. No, they'd rather just fight it, and they don't change the rules. Then, come on, man. You at least put a new policy in place that says, you're going to send a point man to fucking stand in front of the mailbox or something. You know what I mean? Look at the right house. Like, come on, it's not that hard. If Pizza Hut delivered the pizza to the wrong house, they'd get they would probably have to pay, to give you the right pizza. Cops don't have, they can destroy your house, pull guns on you, fucking traumatize your family, and they get qualified immunity. So, that's what's been happening so far, but the Supreme Court took the case and we'll see what happens with it. It's going to be a trip if they and all that's going to do is give them, it doesn't mean they win the case. It just means that they can now bring the case, and they should at least be able to do that. Put that in front of a jury of your peers, and it's wrong. You know what I mean? At least make that family whole. You traumatized children. That's not cool.
If that happened to me at 11 years old, I'd probably end up having to sleep like in my parents' room for a very long time, because I'd be devastated, like if something like that happened. Imagine.
Yeah, it's just especially and as normal citizens,
scary.
That's big time traumatizing. Big time. Yeah, like, exactly. I got raided, but I waited for that every fucking morning. You know what I mean? When it finally happened, it wasn't like it was
like my brothers didn't even like to take the trash out at night. We all had to go together to do it. So imagine somebody raiding our house.
Yeah, it's crazy. And as law-abiding citizens, you should be protected from that. And if a mistake is made, which it can happen because everybody's human, you just make them whole. You don't fucking dig in and say, no, we're not doing nothing for you. Like, that's not the way it should be. Farmero said exactly a slippery slope, just like them deciding they can deport citizens. Yeah, they'll never do that, bro. I don't see that. Francisco said, yeah, I saw it, the link. Okay, Chronicles Familia. Buenas noches, everyone. You too, brother Francisco. Gracias, bro.
Good night. I hope your family's okay, Francisco.
Yeah, hopefully everything's good. We'll shoot you some photos tomorrow that we got for you, bro. Patrick Rodriguez said, were you locked up with anyone from Coolidge? Yeah, Trigger's from Coolidge, bro. Raymond Martinez. He was from Coolidge originally, and he's probably one of the most well-known members because of the whole split war thing that happened with him. But even before that, Trigger was really well known because he wrote everybody. He was real smart. Trigger was smart, and he was with the business. Him and Chopper, they hit Rosario. I mean, he was Trigger he was cool. Trigger's case originally, he was in the county jail on, I'm not sure what it was. I can't remember, but he was in Coolidge County Jail, and he ended up tying up the CO there and escaping. And that's where he got all his time from. But yeah, he was originally from Coolidge. We used to call him John Deere because he was from the farming town. Tony G said Nancy Pelosi is the complete opposite of JFK. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that Kennedy's working under one of the Kennedys is working under Trump. What's his name?
Junior.
It's Junior, yeah. John F. Kennedy's brother's son. The one who got killed too, that when he was running for president, I can't remember.
Trying to take like all the red dye.
Robert Kennedy, RFK.
Also, out of the candy and all that stuff,
Yeah. He's working under the Food and Drug Administration or something, right? Yeah.
For sure.
Agent Orange said, don't forget, ICE is not law enforcement. Is it not? It's not an arm of it in any way. What is it under? Is it Homeland Security? It's not part of Homeland Security. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Pájaro ES32. So what the word on Sapo in Nevada? The last thing I heard is he's dead. But it was 3 negros that whacked him, but still not sure for what reason. If it was, I'm assuming, and that's just me guessing. I have no inside information. I'm assuming it had to have been some kind of personal issue because, but I don't know how Nevada runs. You know what I'm saying? It's weird that 3 negros were able to do that and nothing else happened. So I don't know. I'm not sure if anything's going to come of it, what happened, because he was only there too for like 4 or 5 months. They had just sent him out there. He had just picked up an indictment and came back to Phoenix to get more time on some stuff, some conspiracy stuff that they got on an Emma indictment, and then they shot him back, and he was only there, I think, 4 months or something. Fundamental said, yeah, they took the family's entire life savings, yet a white woman made over $500,000 after calling a child the hard R. On what?
That family that they hit up?
He said, yeah, they took the family's entire life savings, yet a white woman made over $500,000 after calling a child the hard R. What family did they take the life savings from? I don't think I heard that one. Wow West 91 said, Órale, 91. What's up, brother? You from Tolleson? Patrick Rodriguez, do you know his real name? Yeah, it's Raymond Martinez. Actually, you can look him up on the DOC website. His DOC number is 55371, I think. That's Trigger, Raymond Martinez. Raymond Martinez. Am I saying it? Am I right? Raymond Martinez?
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know it's Raymond. Pretty sure it's His DOC number is 55372. Let me make sure and I'll tell you right now. 55372. 372. Yeah. Raymond Martinez. 55372. Yeah, he's been out since 2011. Yep. But said, when you're in that life, you're waiting for a raid, and when it happens, it's almost a relief. But for regular people, that shit will cause severe trauma. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. We got raided. Man, I used to wait for that. I swear, I remember it was stressful. It was stressful for real. I would wait for that. But they came one time, Jovan was there. I was sleeping. The guys came running in my room, said they're raiding. It's like, how do you know? He's seen them on the cameras. They were coming down the street, and they had that Sheriff Joe Arpaio's the military tank looking thing, and they came to my house. The thing they didn't raid though, they didn't come in because they raided my house on a homicide, so they didn't come in. They called everybody out, so they parked all around the house. They had snipers on the roofs on the neighbor's house.
That was a little scary for me because it was the first time that ever happened.
Yeah.
I think the most scariest one though for me was when they raided the hotel room.
Hotel room.
And I was, I was like 8 months pregnant and had a gun to my head and gun in my back and in my head, and it's like I can't move and I can't do anything, and I'm just so surprised my son came out healthy. Like I can't believe I didn't go into like early labor, or stress or any type of these issues or problems, that he came out healthy and normal. And because the stress that I was under when I was pregnant was insane, especially when he was out. It just was up times 10,
Yeah. When they raided the house, it was the good. I mean, they didn't break the door down or nothing. Afterward, they did, but we were already out of the house, so they busted my door. I had a window door, and then they threw like flashbang grenades. But we were already out, so they on the intercom they said everybody in 8241 West Weldon come out with your hands up. So we all got to come out one at a time with our hands up. So I told Jovan, I'm like, go, and I'm running around the house trying to throw shit away and get rid of stuff, and then finally I come out too, and they turn around, walk backwards, cuff up, all that bullshit, and then they went in and cleared the house, but yeah, that wasn't they didn't raid the hotel. They raided. We were Chino opened the door. He was about to leave, and as soon as he opened the door, they kicked, and so it threw him back, and then they came in and they like jumped on the beds, and they all had their ARs, and they're yelling at us to get on the ground, and Maruca's pregnant, and I'm like, you okay? And she's like, I'm scared, and like, I know, just hold on. And
oh my God, I had so many chances just to leave you guys, and that is insane. You talk to somebody like a normal person, I guess, and girl, why didn't you leave?
Yeah.
Right?
They don't know me.
What?
They didn't know me.
I mean, I guess you were good looking back then, so
Back then.
Yeah. And I kind of liked you, so I was like, you know what, let me hang out for a little bit.
I look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Agent Orange said Ron Jr. son, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Yeah. Patrick Rodriguez said, did you know someone, I think they call him Yaki from Guadalupe? Indio they called Yaki. We called him Yaki. I don't know if there's another one that they call that, but Indio, Raymond Llamas is we call him Yaki. His real nickname is Indio, but he's a Yaqui Indian, so one of his nicknames was Yaqui too. He's from Guadalupe, but that's Raymond Llamas. Tony G said, yes, he was lifelong Dem, but switched Republican with Trump because the reps are wrecking the nation. RFK, that's crazy. One of the Kennedys. Tony G said, yes, he was. Oh, shit. Agent Orange said, no, they should only be enforcing immigration laws, primarily court orders. Oh, okay. Sorry, the Dems is wrecking, said Tony G. Agent Orange, the judge ruled that ICE was not allowed to wear any police insignia. Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Have you been to the hood or around there? Baden Street looks lonely like the rest of the hood. Yeah, I go there all the time. We always go to Pete's. I drive out. Me and Maruka, we take cruises a lot. I'll drive her through there and talk about shit from when I was young.
There's not much to talk about. There's like 2 little streets, 2 little blocks.
She's always talking shit.
The whole town is a project.
But we'll drive through and I'll show her, like, you know, just different things, where I lived, what was here, what was there. Because I used to live on 92nd and Fillmore, right across from the water tank. But the water tank is gone now. And then right there is the school, the church. I used to go to the Agape to play video games when they first opened the Agape, like in 92 or 91. So I'm always, we'll drive through and I'll just tell her little things. And my dad had he owned the barbershop across from the Circle K. It was Red Chair. It was called Biggie's first, changed it to Red Chair. And now they moved Red Chair down the street. But he had it right there with Alex Munoz, right across from the Circle K. And so I spent a lot of time there. I used to go to the Circle K and play video games. And then when they had the Circle K used to be down the street, where now there's like a carniceria or something, but I used to go to that one too. I tell her all that stuff. So I'm always driving through there. We always go to Pete's Fish and Chips and eat and stuff. But yeah, the neighborhood looks, it's a lot different. I mean, it's crazy. It's come up, definitely. I mean, the middle's still what it always has been, but all the around it, you know what I mean? They've really tried to build it up.
I think that it did them a little bit of justice to copy Glendale. So that's why it looks a little bit better. But I mean, come on, like Paseo de Luces, like really, that's Glendale. They're Glendale glitters. Like they're known for all their lights. They're known for all that. You don't know because you were locked up somewhere, like you always were. So you don't know. So don't shake your head because it was. But you know, they took a couple cans of paint and painted it up, and
the canals are gone, the pecan trees are gone,
a little park. And
but I remember when they did that, there was a lot of heat that was coming down about taking the pecan trees down and shit. Shiloh Hendricks in Minnesota called an autistic 5-year-old boy the N-word, the nig with a hard R, and the family in Oklahoma City lost their life savings in the raid that wasn't even meant for them. Is that right? I didn't see that. I don't think I've seen. I have to look that up. I didn't see all that. The one that's making it to the Supreme Court is out of Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago?
It's not what it's called.
Chicago.
No, CH. Chicago. It's Chicago.
Stop saying it like that.
It is.
No, it's not.
Chicago.
It's not Chicago. It's Chicago.
You don't know. You're not from there.
I probably have family from there. Actually, I do know people from there.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have them on my Instagram right now.
Who? I know people from there.
I'm not going to say their name out loud, but it's for her whole family.
I know people from there.
No, you don't.
The twins. Yeah.
Oh, but I actually hung out with these people.
I hung out with the twins.
Our son was on their football and soccer team.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
It's that family. Yeah, they're Chicago. Yeah.
Well, I hung out with
yeah.
Not with Margarito, but with the other twin.
Yeah, I know.
Pete.
I know people too, you know.
Jojo said the traffic would be better if they deported more people. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, they wouldn't run you over first and then honk.
Got shot in August, just got out from hospital in the hospital therapy. Is that right? What are you getting shot for? Still acting crazy? You see, they killed Gallo Fregoso. And then the Rooster, I guess he called himself Rooster, right? I guess. Because there's Gallo and then Rooster. I write to Gallo, Manuel. He's in Buckeye right now. He's doing good. But then the cops killed Fregoso, Rooster. Farmero said, Tony, you sound radicalized, lol. Bro, reps and Dems are both the same and both repulsive. Farmetto, I heard the kid
But
had a
they're
gun.
not, no, but they're not.
Should just say Farmetto, I heard the kid had a gun. What kid? Is that the hard R nig?
Yeah.
I'm just repeating what he said. I don't mean I wasn't saying like that about him. I heard Tolleson PD on my scanner. They approached my casa in 2002, clean house, and I stayed in waiting for them. Is that right? That's funny. Yeah. I seen I went to Henry and them, they sold their house now, but I was going over to Henry's house, and Drag was there, all them food, a bunch of them were there. And just it's crazy how everybody's stuck on them the blue things and all that, man. It's gotten bad. But Henry, like that, I don't know if you know, I'm talking about Henry Cota and Drag. They're older. They're more like my era. I don't know how old you are. But I so Jojo AZ laughed my ass off. Agent Orange said, to be honest, I was lucky enough to be around good people and supervisors to correct me when conducting raids or working large groups of people along the border. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, if you got people that got integrity, then no matter what you do, it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. The ones that don't, again, like I said, I have experience with it, and I just think that when you cross that line, you cross the line, period. You know what I mean? I don't think you can be a good cop and break the law, no matter what your intentions are. Yes, I was a bad guy. Yes, I did a lot of bad shit. But if you have to break the law to get me, then I think you give up your integrity. You know what I mean? That's not, I shouldn't make you a bad person. You know what I mean?
What if the person was a child molester and you knew that he was going to go to jail or go to court and get out, and because nothing ever happens to those guys.
Yeah, but okay.
So if you plant a little something on them,
but see, here's the thing. Yeah. That's, if you're a cop, there's no excuse. Period. You either have integrity and you believe in the law, or you don't. Now, in my case, I'll whack them. You know what I mean? But I never said I was a good guy. But if you're gonna pretend, if you're not even pretend, if you're gonna be that, and that's your profession, and you did it for all the right reasons, and you have integrity, then there should be no excuse. As sad as that is to say, I get, but that's our mentality. It shouldn't be theirs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just can't. It cannot be. When you start crossing that line, then it gets. I don't care. It gets.
I'm a cop and I see you crossing the street. I'm gonna tackle you, Choco Loco. Come here. Give me your ID right now.
Big Rich said, "What's your thoughts on Mundo and Renee Boxer covering their identity? You don't seem to have an issue." I don't think they would either, and I'll tell you this. They're not covering their identity because they're hiding and scared. They're covering their identity, and I'll tell you why. Because they went into the witness protection program, right? And Mundo has said this. I've talked to him personally. He went into the witness protection program and made a whole new life for himself in another state where people did not know him. He had a job, he had a home, he had friends, and it became almost many multiple years of that. So these people are still his friends. He still speaks to them under the new name that he received. He still hangs out with them. He still goes to visit them. These people do not know anything about his past. If they were to see him on one of these videos, it would blow his cover and a lot of good friendship that he's made in his life. So that's why he does it. He's not doing it because he's scared of the MA catching him slipping. I think
it's okay for him to do it. I think it's a good idea. Again, he has a whole new life.
Yeah.
He has
but that's the that's the misconception people have. They think they're doing it because they're hiding out from them.
They're not scared.
They're not hiding out from them. They're trying to not mess up their current life. You know what I mean? Like, they have normal people that they have lives with now. You know what I'm saying? They like, what, I can't tell you specifics, you know what I mean, what they do, but they actually have hobbies. They have things that they do with people, their friends. You know, let's just say it's fishing, right? You have a fishing buddy that you've been fishing with for 20 years and you talk to him regularly. You don't want that individual to see who you were because you've never told them that. Now all of a sudden they see you on YouTube and it's like, fuck, man, that's who you were. This is, man, you know. So that's why they do it. They're not, the M is, listen, I'll tell you that if they were to see Mundo, they would know it's Mundo. If they see Renee, they would know it's Renee. That's not why they're doing it. They're doing it because they found a new life and a new world and a new thing. And so they need to make sure they preserve that and not throw themselves out there. My situation is different. I'm here in Phoenix living my normal life. I'm Manuel Medrano. You know what I mean? So I don't need to hide my identity because of that. You know what I mean? I chose just to do this, you know what I mean? To you know, do whatever, you know what I mean? But I understand why they did it, and I would do it the same way if I would have done that. But that's why they're not. So yeah, no, they don't have an issue because there is no issue. You know what I'm saying? If someone was to see Mundo, they would know it's Mundo, and if they wanted to do something, they would do something. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with trying to hide out from the vatos. It's really not. I've run into so many people at Fry's, at Pete's, at all kinds of places. Everybody almost, without exception, tells me, man, you're doing a great thing. Keep it up. You know, all that. You know what I'm saying? Most people aren't these YouTube killers. You know what I mean? Where are we at? For a minute, I heard a kid had a gun. Let me see. Let me skip down here. Right there. Sorry. Big Rich. Angel Chavez, you both blessed, got a good future. Takes time. Yeah, Angel Chavez, you're right about that.
Yeah.
But we're enjoying it on the way.
I mean, it took a lot of time for us. I mean, the ups and downs, you know, just knowing each other, being with each other for 23 years now. It's
Yeah.
definitely had better days, but I don't know. I know you're not going to tell somebody who's young what to do with their life, but again, I wish an adult would have been in my ear. Like, what are you doing with this guy? At least something just to get it in my ear, you know, so that they wouldn't have to go down the little path that I went through, being a single mom, going to jail for 3 days, being pregnant, having a gun to your head at being pregnant. That's not normal stuff.
Yeah.
That's not normal, and that's not something that anybody would want for their kid. So it just, you know, these young girls that are 18, 19 years old and they're really in love with somebody and, you know, in jail or prison, and the guy keeps doing all these crazy things. You know, if you're really in for it, if you really are ready to be a single mom, because that's what's going to happen, then you better really be in for it.
Yepper. Agent Orange said Jojo traffic would be lighter. Absolutely. Wow, Wes, calmate, just like the rest, want to clown our 2 stop signs. Hey, it's gotten a little longer, bro. I was on the other day. I think it went almost all the way to 75th Ave.
You almost had a whole 5 minutes.
I don't remember it like that when I was little, young. Now you go fucking Happy Town. It's all built out there by Happy
That
Town.
in Phoenix, you could drive for a whole hour and still be in Phoenix.
Well, you can be in Tolleson for an hour if you want to drive around.
In circles.
Someone tried using Nindo's name on me. I beat his ass. Told him, now go tell your big homie what you do. Wow, Wes, he gave me my first flat top in the day. Who?
The barbershop.
My dad? Reyes?
Daddy.
Shut up. Tony G said tumbleweed Flat tops was such a big fucking thing, and back then in Tolleson too. I remember Tony G said tumbleweed Tolleson. I remember, is Mayo still alive? I remember back then Mayo was like the Tolleson. They call him the Tolleson drunk, but I know he got sober later. But I mean, that fool was throwing up pieces of his liver. He was so fucked up. He used to come and sweep the barbershop for like $20. But I heard he cleaned up and was actually still alive a few years ago. It was crazy. Tony G said tumbleweed Tolleson. The pecan trees was a big part of Tolleson. Yeah, I know. I remember that the whole, there was a controversy behind taking it down. My brother was involved with all that shit. They got on his ass about it because he's still the city manager of Tolleson. He's been the city manager of Tolleson for like 20 years, 30 years, some shit like that. Georgia said, "Ayo, over here it sucks. Carnal, immigrants drive 35 into 45, don't follow any traffic laws, and always crashing with no insurance. It's Russian roulette driving through Phoenix. No bullshit."
Well, it is. Or they'll take your identities.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of people take my identity and use my name and social. I'm not going to go through that again, but I think it was one of AP's cousins or something like that. And then they passed around the number. I don't know. Could have thought metal. Who knows? But whatever.
Patrick Rodriguez, India's still locked up. Yeah, he's in Raz unit in Buckeye right now. He had went to Safford for a little bit, but they brought him back. So he's in Buckeye and Raz unit. Carmelo said, yeah, the family had just moved here from Maryland to start a more peaceful, slower pace of life and ended up getting robbed and traumatized by ICE. It's fucked up. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Angel Chavez said, upper people say Chicago, soft C, south side, Chicago, hard C. Oh, okay. See?
Uh-huh.
So I guess I'm from south side, Chicago.
Of course, I'd be on the opposite side. Because we just
That
gotta fight, huh?
Yep. Rooster, the tall vato ball with that. Yeah. Wait, he calls himself Gallo, but same shit. But yeah, that's Manuel. He's like 6'2". He's tall. Yeah. He's in Buckeye. I've been writing him. He's doing good. He wants to get involved with the nonprofit when he gets out. Wow, Wes said Simon, the little one, was on a power trip. Me and him went heads up, trying to push up and use the patch. Yeah. He tattooed the patch on him, bro, and he put the flames facing the wrong way. Everybody was making fun of him.
Oh my God.
They were telling me about that. They're like, yeah, he tatted the patch on his stomach, and he fucking put the flames facing the wrong fucking way. Ain't that a bitch? Stupid ass. But and then also still playing ball. He's the only one left though that's from Tolleson that's still playing ball. Both Fregoso's dead. Gallo is done. He walked away. And also is really the only one left that's playing ball. We'll see for how much longer. Agent Orange said, Jojo, that was one of the first things I got schooled on was respecting a town's speed limits. Jojo said, that's right, AO. Learn and respect the ways anywhere you are. Always a big guy has all my respect. I'm a big bro. I'll see him out here always together. They did him dirty. The palabra of the peeps don't mean nada. Nah, it don't at all. They did him dirty. It's just politics as usual. It is what it is, bro. Same reason, I left it all behind. It's always the same thing. Politics and drama, and it's just trash. The whole lifestyle's trash. And that's what needs to get clear out there is, there is, it's a cliche what people say, there's no retiring drug dealers, no 401k, but it's absolutely true. And people think that just because this thing is called the mafia, it's different. The mafia is just a name. It's a gang. That's all it is. These dudes are gangsters. These aren't businessmen. Listen to some of these wiretaps. Rube Soto has been a fucking Mexican Mafia member since the 60s, I think. He's been a Mexican Mafia member for 50 years or so. He's 80-something years old. Gave his whole life for that. And he's on the fucking wiretap trying to buy a goddamn, what the hell that stupid car called? What was the car he wanted? The ugly ass car too. I gotta think of what the car is, but he didn't even have a car. All of that, and he don't have a car. But people want to sit there and pretend like these vatos are millionaires. They're doing this. No, yes, money exchanges hands, but they ain't got it like that. They ain't that. And to sit there and pretend, look it, you can see it. This fucking dude don't even have a car, and he's given up 60 years of his life to this shit. Come on.
Net worth $200 and a couple of honey buns. That's all it is, guys.
That's it. That's your 401k.
There you go. Ooh, speaking of honey bun.
Ooh.
No. Don't, like if it's your little eyes just lit up because you didn't
She
get
bought
one.
a honey bun.
I got one.
I didn't want one because I bought strawberry donut holes.
Okay, so no, ooh, like if you're gonna.
Well, you can't have none of my milk.
I don't want none.
All right.
So don't even.
What's email to contact you? The prisonchronicles1@gmail.com, or you can go on the other website. It's the nonprofit org. You can find all these the emails on usually in the description of the channel. But if you go to phase2oflife.org, it has my phone number on there también. Jojo Easy said, wow, Wes, was he with Heina named Bridget? Agent Orange says, yes, Cricket, but one of them has 2 documented SA charges. How is that allowed? Who? One of who? Oh, so you're talking about Boxer. So I'll tell you this, Agent Orange. That was not unheard of in the 70s and 80s. That was actually a thing. It's what's crazy is a lot of this stuff that nowadays everybody, like now people want to speak about Boxer and the SA charges, right? But it wasn't an issue until he became an issue. And that's actually a thing. Out here in Arizona was the same thing. Jaguar had sex. There was a few of them that did. And it's just the way things were. When I first hit the joint, there was people with those charges. And there would be, obviously explanations, but it was who they were. It was, no one was going to question that. And it was usually homies from the hood, right? So Jaguar, I'll tell you his story. He was supposedly with a couple prostitutes, coke bitches, got him high on coke and was with them. And the two rucas said he raped them. So he gets those charges, goes in. Everybody from his neighborhood or out there, from the area, the south side, knew these people, these girls. And they're like, we know he didn't do that. So he had the charge, but people spoke up on his behalf. And again, it's who you know. If you weren't a nobody and you showed up like that, you'd probably get racked. You know what I mean? But that's just the way it was back. And again, like I said, most of those rules didn't apply until those fools got locked down. Then they used it as a control thing. So when I hit the joint, it wasn't unheard of that a carnal, an actual Mexican Mafia member, was fucking a punk. You know what I mean? They had a chirolín. It's actually well known. If you can bring names up and people would talk about it. They also did drugs, got high. Once they got locked down, then to the populace, they said, this is for, homosexuality is forbidden. Doing drugs is forbidden. You have to work out every day. You have to roll up your mattress every day. None of that was a thing when they were on the yard. I hit the yard. I was walking the yard with carnales. We didn't have rutina every day. We all got high. Some of them fuck punks, some didn't. It just depended on your preference, but it wasn't taboo. They were looked at as women. And the dudes actually believed that they weren't gay if they did it. It was, I was just talking to Joanna about that the other day. I was like, it was a trip. Like, these dudes actually believed that they weren't gay if they were pitching, not catching. And so I've said it many times, when it became a rule was when they were locked down and they needed to control the populace. Then they established regulations and rules to make themselves, number one, look like they were some elite individuals that had some type of, like they kept themselves, or they didn't do drugs. Like, I've made comments about them dudes being dope fiends, and people will disrespect me. You don't know nothing. These dudes don't do no drugs. They're clean. They have self-control. And I'm just like, you fucking idiots. Like, that's the propaganda they want to put out. That's what they want people to believe, that they're these high and mighty elite dudes that are clean, that wouldn't do nothing like that. That's farthest from the truth. Now the yards are back open. They're back out there. And I bet you they're not out there busting burpees every day. I bet you they're not forced to wear boots every day and go to the yard every day. Those are just ways to control the populace. They implement these regulations and these rules so that if anyone breaks it, they can smash them or do whatever they do. And it's a control issue. You know what I mean? It's an easy way to run shit.
We've been on almost an hour.
2 hours.
And I need my back massage. I got work tomorrow.
Do we got a massage chair?
And we got to try out that Rocky Road real quick. So.
Well, was it JoJo AZ? Not that I knew. But yeah, that's why Agent Orange, it's all hypocrite. It's all hypocritical ass shit. You know what I mean? All the way through on all of that. I mean, it's great. Who was going to say anything while Boxer was doing his thing? Nobody. Nothing. As soon as the chink hit his armor, then that was a good issue to use. But prior to that, why wasn't it ever? Why did nobody say anything the 20 years he was running around doing all the good shit? Because it wasn't an issue. No one cares. You know what I mean? They don't give a damn about that. These dudes don't have that integrity. None of that. We don't do women and children. Well, what happened with the Maxim? And here in Phoenix, they kill Floater. They whacked his Ruka 2 Carol. I mean, that's just one instance. It's all hypocritical shit. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. They don't care about none of that.
None of it.
It's all just ways to make themselves seem as if they're this elite force of individuals that have self-control and businessmen that are clean and don't do drugs. They all die of goddamn liver disease because of the drugs. I mean, it is what it is. You can't, you know what I mean? Whether you like it or not, the truth is there if you look for it and if you open your eyes and stop pretending. And, you hear these dummies on these fucking phone calls saying, oh, it's an honor to speak to you. An honor to speak to what? Another man? If that's not gay ass shit, I don't know what is. JoJo AZ, not that I knew so Wild West. Everybody hates the Emmett because all the homies they did dirty. Yeah. Money and dope talks and worth more than word, respect, honor. Yeah.
It's an honor to talk to me.
Your dad did
For
Simone.
You, right, babe?
Yes, baby. Good night, everyone. Yeah. Good night, Noah B.
You got one more time.
Jovan told me that when we first met. She said, oh, it's such an honor to.
I would never say that. I never said that. So don't even try to lie.
Mayo active. Mayo doing good. Is he still really? Damn. I can't believe that fool's still alive. He's got to be 70. Angel Chavez said, going to bed, cricket, Pensetto, LOL. Yepper. Good night, Angel. Appreciate you sticking around with us, brother. For real. Gracias. Sweaty armpits was Juan's name back in the day, and Mr. Sarge Reyes, LOL. Yeah, Juan was always a big ass dude. All he ever did, when he was young, we thought he was gay. My brother Juan, because all he did was work out, play the guitar, play the fucking he had a keyboard and study. Like he got straight A's his whole life, which I wish I would have done now. But we always thought he was gay because he'd never like left his room. He'd get home, he'd study, he'd do the guitar, he'd go work out. I mean, he was a huge dude. Like he worked out a lot. He got bodybuilding shit, but it was a trip. But he no, he got married. He has a daughter. He married Drag's sister. Big motherfucker said, "You mean you took a bunch of people's identities?" Look at you.
No, sir. Actually, I'm a victim. Okay, of identity theft. A victim here. A real victim. It was really bad. But
Gator May say, "What's up, everybody? I just got off work, working all the home games at Chase Field for the Diamondbacks." Is that right?
oh, that's nice.
Damn. Nice. That's good, brother. Jojo said, "Didn't that guy who beat up his dad?" Yeah, I wouldn't know about that. I don't know. You talking about Manuel?
Jojo just in everybody's business. Dang.
Yeah, I don't.
Newspaper over here. How do you say it in Spanish? Periódico or something?
Comadre?
No, newspaper. in
Oh,
Spanish.
periódico.
There you go. That's his new name.
Oh, geez, so it's sick. You know, that's my dog too. Stories, me and that dude also. Oh, also, yeah, Raymond. Yeah, we were in Adobe together when we were kids. Him, shit, back then, Monchi was there, Psycho, also Gordo was there. He was in that fucking sex offender unit. I was with Snoopy in Louis Lopez in Madison in the juvenile section when we were a kid. Well, you know, we got transferred to adult court. He was the one, I don't know if you remember, his dad killed his mom in front of him.
What?
Yeah, Snoopy. Big Louis Lopez killed
His dad killed his mom?
Yeah, his dad killed his wife, yeah. D Loco said, "What happened to Pitbull? Is he still around?" Which Pitbull? From Mini Park? There was a few. I'm not sure if he is or not, bro. Wild West said, "No, guy did not beat up his dad." I don't know if I wouldn't know. I know the other my primo. Well, he's not really my primo, but he thought he was. But we're not primos. We got because me and Juan Reyes, we got different moms. So I guess he thought I was Gene's kid. But Ruben Lopez, he's right there with he was with Gallo, but now he's right there with PJ and Sinner and all them. I talked to him on the phone a while back, and he got on, "What's up, primos?" And then I figured out who he was, and then I was like, "Oh no, we're not primos, bro." And I kind of told him. Well, B said, "Don't forget to hit the like, everyone." Thank you, brother. Oh, I said, "It's crazy how times change from then to now. Embarrassing when they brag on nada they know, they own." Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was. Tallest was a trip back then, man. I thought it was a good little town, man. When the curfew bell would go off, we had the siren going off.
It was sad that the streets had to raise you instead of the parents. Like, hey, it's time to get in and go to bed. No, you have to have a bell to do it.
Remember the rocket at the park?
Oh my God.
You remember those rockets that you can get in and climb to the top?
No.
Whatever. Jojo said, "The tall guy I'm talking about with a white dad did that. White, he got locked up in 2016, I think." Wow, West said, "Different guy, yo." I don't know. Agent Orange said, "Okay, but I'm talking about now under witness protection. Are you not ordered to register as a sex offender?" Oh, is that what you're at? Yeah, I don't know, bro. Probably not. If he's under that, then he would get a new identity, new papers, new everything, social. So that I think probably doesn't. It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't. I
think that goes away.
I don't think he has to do it. I think it's gone. You get a clean record. You're actually not a felon. You don't have, anything. new social, new identity, new everything. So he's probably that goes away. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. The local said his boxer, the same box from Tucson, Cedric Smith. Yeah, but they're talking about the boxer from California. But yeah, Cedric Smith was the boxer from out here. There was one from Tucson, and then we had also there was Cedric Smith from Tucson, and then Robert Hill from Hollywood and Phoenix. Those were the two boxers from them out here.
I gotta make a phone call, but I just want to say good night to everybody, and be safe at work, and have a good day, have a good work week. Just be safe out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the comments, and we're gonna get out of here too. But
take care of your loved ones. Love yourself.
Yep.
I do. I love myself every day.
She does.
I do. I think very highly of myself. I do love myself a lot. Because if you don't, then who will? You know what I mean?
That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good night, baby. Oh, I'll be right there.
Too long.
The local, yeah, but that's Cedric Smith was the one from Tucson, and then Robert Hill was the one from Phoenix. But both of them were boxers. But they're talking about Renee Enriquez, the one from California. Agent Orange said, Critter Maze, that's what's up. Congrats. Thank you, Agent Orange said, Critter Maze. Jojo AZ said, the Vato used to be crying and begging for dope. If you were late, you're getting 100 phone calls, allegedly. JT Phoenix, Dan, you mean Tatiana was a man? JT Phoenix, he said, damn, he said, damn, you mean Tatiana was a man? Oh shit, I'm screwed. JT Phoenix. Well, I know for sure that there was Big Hank Lugo. Most people know about him. Big Hank was from Florencia and Califas, but he was a carnal out here in Arizona. And he was fucking a punk named Felicia, and actually like fell in love with that fucking punk, and he stabbed his own cousin in Central Unit over that fag. Sorry, whatever. And then when he got out, they whacked him because he ended up like moving into a hotel with Felicia, and tattooed on her ass, or his property of La M on her ass. And they killed Big Hank for that shit. It's crazy. Like the stuff that went on, like these youngsters have no idea. They think that these dudes are some no nonsense elite individuals, and they're just garbage. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but they don't know it because people don't talk about all that. They want to, the mystique, and they want to keep the, make it seem like it's some kind of secret organization, and it's crazy. Wow, I said, mad love and respect for your family. I tried to buy the Galaxy off your bro back in the day. It was a no-go on buying it. Yeah, the Galaxy was bad. He got that from the abuelito. Abuelito left that actually when he died. That had been in the family forever. It was actually was a 78 Galaxy. Had the fins and everything. That motherfucker was bad. I like that car. I don't know what he did with it. He ended up moving to Germany for a while, and now he's back out here, him and his wife. He's actually I think, last I heard, he's a teacher at Tolleson Elementary School. I don't know if he's still there or not, but I think so. I'm pretty sure his daughter just got married. She's young, too. I think he was a little upset about that, but yeah. Jojo Easy said, Manuel was Estrella's man. JT Phoenix. He's still upset about that, bro. To the both of you, great honor. Hello. Hello, pinche Juan, Mexican Arnold. Yeah, he was a big motherfucker, bro. Since we were little, I remember, his dad, our dad Reyes was, he he put the weight set in the garage and like put a routine and try to get everybody started. But Juan's the only one that like really stuck with it. I remember back then we had those weights that had cement in them. They were plastic. They were real weights, but when they like broke and cracked, they were like cement inside them. But fucking Juan kept with it, man. He went at it forever, and he actually won when he was young. I think he was like 18, and he was winning fucking like bench press, fucking some of those all kinds of shit. That dude, he's stuck. He's still big now, but it looks crazy now because he's older. Juan is 5 years older than me, so he's 52 now, and he's still big, but it looks crazy. You know what I mean? Because he's kind of lost some of it, so his face looks a little bit. It's just weird. It's crazy. JT Phoenix said, "Is it Empire, bro? Empire Hauling and Junk Removal LLC, Phoenix, Arizona. Support your local business. Absolutely, bro. Hey, JT Phoenix, get at me, bro. I know this YouTube shit is small. Like I only have like 29,000 subscribers, but I have 120. What do I have? Right now my Facebook has been kind of blowing up, so it's been moving. It was stuck for a while at like 102,000. I mean, I'll tell you right now where I'm at. I am at, come on, I got 127,000 followers on Facebook, bro. If you wanted to, we can put your company, and you don't got to give me nothing, bro. I'm not doing this because I want you to pay me or nothing. I'm telling you, if you wanted to put a little banner or want me to link your shit or whatever, let me know and I'll do it. I don't know if it would help or not, but got 127,000 followers to use it for something. Agent Orange said, JT, best of luck. Well, what's it behind police station and the Pride Day? Yeah. The fucking, you talking about the rocket? Agent Orange, so much more protecting the public. So much for protecting the public. Yeah. When it comes to that, yeah. It's that right there is I mean, if you were in law enforcement, you would trip on that program. I could tell you a lot about it, but I wouldn't want to do it here. But yeah, it's crazy. T Locos, brother, you guys have a good night. Good to hear from y'all. You too, brother. Gracias. See you on the next one. We're gonna get out of here too. We're 2.5 hours in. We went hard on this one, but I'm gonna get out of here too and get to bed. It's almost 1 a.m, so I gotta do a little bit on this. Working on this, Holly. I'm actually gonna do a song for the nonprofit too and put that on there. I'm just trying to do all kinds of little stuff so I can make it worth it. Do that. So yeah. Jojo said, with technology these days, anybody can be touched. They lost their edge. Yeah. Did you know Star Grillo? And don't lie. Star? No. I don't know no Star. The ones that I knew from the ones that I remember, like Jinx was one that I remember that name. Felicia, obviously, that was an Indian that called herself Pocahontas. There was one that named herself Misty, and Misty had a brother named Danny Alvarez, and Danny Alvarez had put the patch on him, and he was in the county with us on the 6th floor because they STG'd him. And so then when I got out, I tried to set him up, and we were gonna whack him, but he didn't meet with us. But I found out when we were up on the 6th floor that was his his sister brother. But yeah, then they used to run the yard. They used to walk around the yards. I think all the way until 2001 is when it was up to the carnal that was running the yarda if you wanted to let them be on the yards. And I stopped allowing it because it was too much drama, bro. I'll tell you a quick one. I don't want to use too many names because I don't want to burn people, you know what I mean? But there was a vato he was from Avondale, and he was with a Cheeto. I can't remember the Cheeto's name, but he's with the Cheeto, and they're cellies and all that, right? And then this other Cheeto gets there, and I guess fool starts messing with that one too. And in Santa Rita, they had a golf cart, you know what I mean, with the labor pool crew used to get the clerks would get water and put them out there and they'd drive the car all around the little cart all around the yard, putting water out there for them. And so I'm on the passenger seat of this golf cart, and we pull up on one of the yards, and that punk comes out and asks me, says, can I get a favor, Cricket? And I'm like, what's up? And this motherfucker says, can I get a green light on the other one, on the one? And I was like, hell no, you guys ain't gonna be doing it. He was mad because fool was cheating on him. And so I was like, nah, if you motherfuckers if that shit happens, all three of you getting out of here. So after a few of those type of things, because shit would happen, domestic violence would happen. Like they'd whoop each other in the cells and stuff. And it was just too much drama. Like stuff was really going on. And I just stopped allowing them to be on the yards. And pretty soon everybody did. After a while, it just wasn't allowed anymore. They couldn't, they would go straight to PC after a while. But when I first hit the joint for like the first many years, they were walking the yards. They were, who was Liz? Liz was one of the famous ones that was with Wattlehead. I don't know if you guys know who Wattlehead is. Wattlehead is the one that got killed in front of the Southwest supermarkets by Greyhound and them. But Liz was Wattlehead's girl, guy, whatever, for a good while. And Liz was a big top. Liz's brother was Caballo. They were from Chandler. And it's crazy. Those days were a trip. But yeah, those are stories for another day. JT Phoenix said, good night to everyone. Much respect. Resties, I will get at you later on today. Orale. Yeah, Simon, I got you, bro. Agent said, Jojo, he's avoiding the question. Jojo said, hey, she's standing next to you looking at you like, enough, cut it. I see you looking over your shoulder. Food. No, she went to the room. She's not in here. I'm in the kitchen. She went to the room. I'm safe right now, bro. Jojo said, little Danny. Yeah, Danny Alvarez, motherfucker. JT Phoenix said, what happened to Baby G Beatrice Tovar? I don't know no Beatrice Baby. I know Baby G from Chandler, but he wasn't a Cheeto. Is there one named? I don't know that one. Agent Orange says, stop it, Cricket. I didn't have enough time, man. I don't fuck around. That wasn't my thing. I used to trip out. Them dudes really didn't think they were gay if they played ball with them things. Agent Orange said, motherfucker. Big motherfucker laughing. Jojo said, yeah, Liz, damn. Was Liz in Rincon in 2003? Swole Cheeto. I don't know if she was or not. I don't know where she did her most of her time at. I was with her on, I don't know if it was Steiner or Bargy, because after the riots, I ended up in Buckeye when they first opened Buckeye, and there was only one. There was Steiner and Bargy were open, and I was on both yards. I was on one, and then stuff happened. I went to the hole and then got out on the other one, and she was on one of those. I can't remember which one, but she was a tall, big motherfucker. It wasn't no feminine motherfucker. This was a big ass fool. Not too swole though, but it was tall. And it didn't look nothing like no bitch either. Should see here about an Oso and his son. Which Oso? Oswaldo? Oh no, he's a carnal. And then the Oso from my body. You talking about the one from Avondale? With the skulls tattooed on his head? Middle says she went by new names. Few homies fought for her if it's her. Yeah, that's the one thing that I used to trip out on. Like they would actually fight for them things. There would be domestic violence in the cells because one's cheating on the other one. It was just too much drama with those. It was crazy. Well, pues, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the thank you for the what do you call it? Memory lane. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. I'll be back a couple of days or so. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. The last one, the last video. Let me look just to make sure I'm not telling you guys a lie. But I don't know if whoever's been watching those tapes, part 3 of the Fox and Cholo wiretap comes out tomorrow morning. It'll come out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. if anybody's interested. But that one will be coming out in the morning at 6 a.m. Quali Wally YouTube, brother. Órale pues. Buenas noches, everybody. See you guys later. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate everybody. Hasta la otra. Probably, what's today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably Wednesday we'll come on again. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, guys. But that number 30, the third one, the last one will come out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. If anybody's interested. There's still other ones coming later, but the last one of those 3, the last of that phone call. Órale pues. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you guys.